Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to Geekin Out. I'm yours truly, the Night Master here for the Audio Mind Wednesday night stream, y'all. Yo, we got the gangs, we got the Mr. Knights from SooSoo Toys. Let's get it on today, y'all. Let's get the discussion on the way. I'm here with the boys today, Don Prime and frickin' C&B. How y'all doing today? And I can't see.
Sure.
There you go. Yo.
Damn, you look like John Henry from Terminator, the Sarah Chronicles right now.
Moon Nate, I love that. Boa P. Shitty. Yeah, that's why everybody called me Moon Nate. Yeah. Oh, damn. So thank you everybody for addressing the whole situation yesterday about my let's get down with the sickness. Don't. So I'm good. Just that I still got the drip feed from my nose, so I don't want to get it all over my keyboard, my Hottoys. So that's why I'm wearing a mask. No one cared about me until I wore the mask.
No one cared till I put on the mask.
There you go. Thank you. Man, thank you. I appreciate it, Don. Thank you for the assist. Damn. Nate, why are you dressed up in a COVID lab suit? It's not a COVID lab suit. It's the Nate Meister gear suit. Okay. Let's see. All right, let's do this tonight. What's up, everybody? So
you've heard of Biohazard? Well, that's a wallet hazard level 1.
Yes, Shredder Nate. Oh my god, Shredder Nate. But all right, let's address the situation. One thing too. No spoilers for tonight on Mandalorian, but
or Bad Batch.
Or Bad Batch. Keep it spoiler free in the chat because some people have not watched it yet. But all I gotta say is Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, thank you for giving past actors and actresses a second chance at Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
All I gotta say. That's all I gotta say for today's episode. Thank you, Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, for giving actors and actresses that had some bad reps in the past with Star Wars. They got a second chance. I appreciate that. This episode was good. It was fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Man. Nate handling his hot toys serious. But all right, so let's address the Kang. Or you know what? Let's go down the list. Don Prime, how's your week been?
Pretty good. I got Bo-Katan. She's shipping out. I ended up getting a set of the Chrome Mando armor, relatively cheap off eBay, so I'll upgrade my Mando. I already have the Darksaber en route. I'll have that this weekend. So basically, I'm going to upgrade my Mando for relatively cheap. Finished my whole Maji case, moving stuff around. Like I told you when on the phone, you have an idea, and then when you start moving figures around, I end up creating an Imperial remnant display with Dark Troopers and Gideon and all the other Stormtroopers. So it is what it is.
I got you. So C&B, how's your week?
Busy, but not toy related.
Okay, I got you. But didn't you place an order recently on the Mark 85 battle damage?
Oh yeah, I did, but I did payment plan, so I won't be getting that for 3 months.
Yeah, me too. Me and you are probably gonna get it at the same time.
Yeah.
I
had to take advantage of that 32% off.
Oh, that 32% off was chef kiss, and all these 30% off these days. I'm like, damn, Sideshow is on a warpath just to get these out of their freaking warehouses. 30% off, 33% off.
Well, and like I said, I've redid my Maji case, moved things around, and then all of a sudden I'm like, not only do I have more space for future 40th Jedi and then 20th that's Revenge of the Sith, because I'm going hardcore on my 212. So I've got that space, but now I've got a Maji case that I can use. Basically, I call the Armory. I can just use that for whatever, and I've only got one figure in there, so I'm like looking, and I'm like, what else can I grab right now? Because I was even on 1/6 kit, and I'm like, ooh, the M Toys Bane, because I looked at that before, and I was thinking about possibly grabbing that, and then I'm like, oh, they did a replacement jacket, so it's not even the right color jacket. So even at the price they wanted, it's still not worth it.
I got you. Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting the next few days. Like, I'm honestly, I want to play the weight game on the the Blurg and Mando and Blurg and Quill, because I want to see how far I can go with percentage off. Can you imagine 25% off on the Quill and Blurg or Mando and Blurg?
Well, I know a place that has it 25% off right now.
As of right now, yes.
No, really. Like, it's a place I've gotten from before.
Okay.
I've shared the link. If you want it, I'll give it to you after. But yeah, I've got.
Yeah. Hit me up after, because I'm probably gonna go for that. But what I was gonna say. Oh, that's right. Bo Fettuccini says, Nate, did you check out that amazing Bo-Katan cake shot in the new episode of Mandalorian at about 21:03? Cakes! Oh my god! Oh, the cakes on that woman! Oh,
Starbucks. No. Starbucks.
Ooh, that woman needs to chill. She's on that gym working them cakes, bruh. And all I gotta say is,
I want more.
I want more. I want more, man. Damn cakes. Woo, baby. You know, they gotta. I feel like the 2.0, Hottoys 2.0 of the Bo-Katan, they gotta deliver the cakes on that one. I mean, I haven't seen the cakes on the new one, but if the cakes are just so prominent in Mandalorian season 3, they gotta deliver the cakes for the sequel figure. You know, it's 2.0 figure. Come on. Oh boy. Yo, show me Jedi Luke Gundam hat, Nate. Oh my. Oh, you want to see that photo? Okay, you know what? Let me show you that photo real quick, because it's hilarious. I think I saved it a while back. Yeah, I did, because I did save it so I could show you guys. Let me bring it up. No, there you go. And of course, no bunny cakes. Hopefully, but we'll see what happens. Okay, there you go. There he is. There he is. Mandalorian Luke Skywalker Gundam hat edition. Yes. Yeah. Martin, he's a man of talents, you see. He's a man of freaking talents.
He's a real American. No, I'm sorry. He's a real international hero.
Real national hero. But all right. Let me see. Did I address everything I wanted to intro in before? You know what? Yeah, I already did. The Kang. So, like I said before yesterday, I think this Kang is literally a 9 out of 10. It's straight out one of the best likenesses out there right now, pre-order wise. And this could pretty much rival that of the Attack of the Clones line right now with Anakin and Padme. So this piece right here, man, I'm enjoying it. My only 2 gripes with this: 1, they didn't include the time chair, and 2, they left some accessories out from this. Like, they left the time sphere out of this. They left a couple of angry sculpts they could have done with the actual blue faceplate. I was really surprised they didn't go all in with the faceplate. I'm really surprised about this, but it is what it is. But I still feel this is a 9 out of 10, and I'm looking forward to this. Now, you guys did vote that I should not army build this one, so I'll probably take that to consideration. Like, I still want to get one, but if they don't drop that time chair, why would I need to get 2 of these? Even though I did like the head sculpt, so I'm a bit torn here. Should I get 2 of them and then wait for a time chair possibility for release? I don't know. I really do not know. But I'll keep it on the back burner. But yes, Doc Smith, so I am going to be army building the Council of Kangs, though. True, no, real talk.
Yeah.
If they drop any Kang in any future, any timeline, any freaking Loki season 2, it's coming home. All Kangs are coming home. I want a freaking shelf full of damn Kangs. All right, so that's happening.
So I mean, we've seen? Is it 5 or 6 Kangs now? Because was Victor Timely in the post credits or not?
Yeah, Victor Timely, yes.
Okay,
yes,
so again, so we've seen 6 different Kangs right now.
Yeah, I think it's 6. Yeah.
Yeah. So Loki, Kang, Victor Timely, Ramatut, the Centaurian, and Immortus.
Yep.
That's 6.
Yep. That's 6. That's 6 Kangs right now. Damn.
Well, Victor Timely is supposed to be the Kang that we see in Quantumania.
Oh, okay, like the origin story. Yeah, I can see that.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, 5.5. 4, 5, and an
saying
asterisk.
If they're doing it like the comics I know they changed a bit, but when they sent him back into the device, it supposedly sent him back into a timeline
Ah.
where Loki and them are investigating, but he's taken on Victor Timely because that is Kang's actual name is Victor Timely.
That could be it.
Well, one of them, I should say,
yeah.
one of them. If they're doing that from that comic line, which I believe that's why they're doing it, is that's why they hinted at Victor Timely.
Mhm.
It's supposed to be he got sent into that timeline and he's taken on a new persona, and we're gonna see a more powerful version of him because of them sending him to and all that.
Yeah, in the quantum realm, people were asking me why Kang was so underpowered in the quantum realm. I thought he was a big shot. No, he is. He's such a big shot that the other Kangs were afraid of him. They had to send him to the quantum realm where his powers were cut down to 25%. Like, his powers were at 25%. He couldn't control time. He couldn't do all the bells and whistles with his time travel or his time manipulation. That's why he sent to the quantum realm, because he was just this much of a powerhouse, to the point where the other Kangs were like, okay, dude, you're causing rifts, wars across the entire timeline because of your existence in the timelines right now. We got to send you out of here. Get him out of here. So,
because if he was really powered up like he's supposed to be, that means when he grabbed Scott Lang, he could have literally fast forwarded him into dust.
yeah. Yeah, kind of like what he did to Thanos that one time.
Exactly, where he grabbed Thanos by the wrist and he just fast forwards him into dust and tells him that, I am inevitable, or I am inevitable, or something like that. Like, he repeats his, like, Thanos' line, but he sets his own little twist with the time thing.
Yeah, it should be interesting. I want to see how well things go. Tuli, what is up, Nate? Who is the victim today? I am the victim, bruh. I am the freaking victim today. I was more of a victim yesterday, but yeah, I'm a victim. I am the victim. We're all victims here, especially if we have to start pre-ordering all the Kangs. All right, this is going to be a shelf of Kangs at this point. But tell me your thoughts, guys. How you feel about the head sculpt, Don Prime?
Oh, I think they knocked it out of the park. It's at least a 9 out of 10, especially with the the emoting eyes and the way his muscles, especially around the lips, are perched up. It's definitely, again, at least a 9 out of 10. This is some great work they did. But it almost makes me feel like if they're dropping this much effort into the prototype, this means they're probably going to use this as a master mold for multiple different variations of Kang. Kind of like Tamora Morrison and what they're doing with the clones.
Wow, yo, that's some thinking right there, Don. Yeah, most likely they will have to. They will have to get this proper. They have to get their put all the stops for this, because this is going to be like the template for future Kangs. You're right.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Nate looked like he just got back from Chernobyl. Chernobyl? Oh my, yeah. I just got back from there, bro. Oh yeah, it was I'm hunting Hottoys over there too, man. These deals are everywhere. So Don, are you interested in getting any of the Kangs, or
no? Like, I'm done. I'm done with Marvel. Anything post Infinity Saga, I'm done with.
Okay.
I mean, at that point, it's a hard and fast rule. Because I'm not gonna start jumping into create another line, create the new Avengers, create the new Fantastic Four. We already know through Armor Wars we're gonna see at least 4 or 5 different War Machine armors, if not different variations of possibly stolen, remaining Iron Man suits, and then villains. So that's a rabbit hole at this point. I'm not going down any further.
Okay.
So
now I got you, man. No, it's all good. It's all good. Do you think so? So you're saying that you might consider getting back into some figures in the new Phase 5 or Phase 6 if it has anything to do with Armor Wars?
No, I'm done. I mean,
you're just done.
I mean, the only way I would get another figure is if in Kang, in either Secret Wars or Kang Dynasty or whatever, is we actually see like a different variation of Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. But in, like, say, one of the armors we know exist but haven't seen, say like the Mark 80. Again, I'm just throwing that out there because Mark 80 is a Disney suit just like the original suit or that they designed that ended up becoming like the end suit for No Way Home. I mean, that's a possibility. But again, it would have to be something related to OG, like Robert Downey Jr. That's at this point the only way. Because again, for me, it kind of lost a lot of its push when Iron Man left.
Yeah. No, I got you. It is what it is. I think honestly, I am envious of you, Don, because you are saving money on certain figures at this point. Because damn, I've been enjoying these characters as well. Some of the shows and movies haven't been all too great, but I've been enjoying the characters to the point where I can separate the two from the movies.
And I say this with a caveat because I know they're doing like Hot Toys is doing comic book Iron Man suits now, and so obviously they're doing the classic, but. My only fear is if they start to do some of like the mashup suits.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like one of those things the Hot Toys would do because they've both done obviously a lot of Iron Man and they've done Optimus Prime is Tony Stark's anti-transformer suit from the comics. So
yeah, no, I got that. Wow. So it's pretty much for you a do not on this piece.
I do not for personal reasons. Nothing against the character, the figure, the movie. It's just a collecting preference. With an asterisk. It's a no with an asterisk.
Okay, but you like it so far, right? You think it's a.
I mean, there's no reason for me not to get it.
Okay.
Is more the reason. The answer is just I'm not collecting at this point. This line.
Okay, no, I got you, man. Hey, you saving money that way and saving room for more other figures down the road. So I get that.
Mm-hmm.
CMB, your thoughts on the Kang, the Conqueror from Hot Toys?
I'm getting it. I love Marvel villains, and I don't think that we get enough of them as far as figures. So I'm definitely going to get it. I mean, I'm not going to get Cassie or Ant-Man because I already have Ant-Man or the Wasp. The Wasp I'm thinking is a maybe just because it's more of a comic book representation. So that one's still a maybe for me because I didn't get the other Wasp because I just didn't like the outfit, the colors, or anything. But for me, like I'm definitely getting Kang. I showed TD, and he wants Kang as well because we're both in the same boat. That we like the fact that Hot Toys does Marvel villain or just villains in general. When they drop villains, it's very rare. So we want to see more villains being made. So we're going to support it and pick it up. So that way we can have more villains in the collection.
Mm-hmm.
I think they knocked it out of the park. I mean, yeah, it's missing stuff like you mentioned. But as far as, the way that the character, how we're seeing it in the prototypes, I think it looks phenomenal. And I like the fact that we didn't get the time chair. That's not cool. But we did get the floating disc. So I'm cool with the fact that at least they included the floating disc. So you could pose him flying, sort of, that way.
So what do you think, though? Do you think this is a possible situation where they're going to drop a different variation for Toy Fair, which will include the time chair, or a variation of it?
I was wondering, I was thinking if they do like a Toy Fair thing, I'm wondering if they're going to do a battle damage one with his NC fight.
That's what I was thinking. Yep, that's what I was thinking. So if you want everything, you're going to need to get both SKUs.
Yeah, because I'm thinking
they could do a
we're going to get a battle damage.
Yeah.
And that's probably when they'll include the time device. That's what they were fighting over.
Yep.
And then obviously the chair will probably be included. You probably get the chair, the device, and then battle damage Kang. And probably did two different. Well, you only get one head sculpt because he didn't switch the blue face then. But I mean, you get all the tattered, beat up clothes and the bloodied face from his fight with Scott.
Yep.
Or they might do something crazy and they'll do two versions and like we'll get the battle damage one and then maybe they'll give us a post-credit scene Victor Timely version. Because it's not beyond Hot Toys. I mean, they've done promo versions before. Look at the promo versions of Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, and again, they did one for the Executor Trooper for Last Jedi.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I could see that this is obviously. We know we're going to get more Kangs and Kang Dynasty and things like that. But as far as what we're seeing currently, I wouldn't put it past Hot Toys to say like Toy Fair or even Summer Showcase or the cons, that they release other versions of Kangs, like the Council of Kang with the 3 that, the Immortus, Centurion, and
Centurion.
Ramatut.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past them releasing those, or even Victor Timely as well during then. Like, this is definitely not the end of Kang for his Hot Toys figures.
Yeah, we're probably gonna get Victor Timely either if they want to drop the end credit scene on this one or Loki season 2. I could definitely see a Kang coming out for Loki season 2 though. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you feel about the head sculpt though?
I think it's good. I mean, it's a prototype. So, I mean, it's 95% Jonathan Majors.
95. Okay.
There's a bit here and there that kind of needs to get tweaked a little bit to make it more like him. But as far as it being the prototype and what they showed us, I'm happy with it. I'm not going to say, oh, it's garbage. It doesn't look like. You can tell that that's Jonathan Majors. So I think it looks good. I mean, is there room for improvement? Always. There's always room for improvement. And is it discouraging me to the point where I'm saying I'm not going to get the figure? No, because I was never going to have this figure with the Jonathan Majors head sculpt. I want the Kang Blueface.
The Kang Blueface, yeah. So I'm wondering though. I wonder if he can use the effects from Wenwu and Shang-Chi on him. I wonder if you'd be able to do that because I do like the effects from Wenwu, and you could like mix it up with your Kang. Because I wonder if you could do. I definitely would like to see that happen at some point, maybe in the future. Because I do like the effects here. I do like it has that battling boxing look to it.
You know what I do see though? Remember the third-party companies when the Mark 50 came out? They were making the actual back blasters.
Yeah.
And the other accessories, like the gauntlets that actually lit up. I could see, and again, I forget what the actual master name of the company was, but I could actually see them doing the blast effects, but doing them with LEDs in them as well. Right, because I don't think Hot Toys would do something like that, but a third-party company would. And the funny thing is, if you look at Iron Strange, Hot Toys essentially knocked off that third-party company to give you the back blasters.
Yeah. I can see that. Matt, Wenwu's effects are blue. So, yeah, that's why I said Wenwu, because his effects are blue, and you can match it up with the Kang.
Yep.
So
Shang-Chi's are orange.
Yeah, the Shang-Chi are the ones that are orange. Hope everyone's doing great. Thank you, clip number 1. Yeah. Hey, how do you guys feel about Modoc, the man who was born a dick?
Hey, you already know how I feel. Because when we saw the teaser, I said, "What was the thing?" I said, "I hope we get a Modoc Hot Toys figure." When we first saw that Ant-Man teaser, I was the first one to be like, "I want a Modoc figure, damn it!"
Hey, at least it's not Patton Oswalt Modoc.
Oh my god!
Exactly. So I'm cool with it, even if it's just I mean, it has to be a power pose. It's not like he can really do much. His arms are very limited and his legs just dangle. So I'd be fine with it being a power pose as long as they included, his weaponry, like when he busts out the rocket launchers and the guns and stuff. I'm cool with that.
Oh yeah.
Oh
wow! A little early, but the man, the myth, the legend, the Nobi 2 is in the house, y'all.
Yep. I'm a little bit early. I'm like, I got stuff to do this evening, so I've just been busy cleaning, moving stuff around, boxing. So I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna take a break, and I'm gonna join the gang and see what's trending. I always like to see what's going on. How is everybody today?
Good.
Everybody's doing
good.
Very nice. I caught a first few minutes. You talking about Kang the Conqueror. Yeah. That's a great looking figure, man. He's coming home.
Oh, he is. Oh, wow. Look at that.
Yeah. That's the best thing from the film. Jonathan Majors. Is it Majors or Mayors?
Majors.
You got it right, Majors.
Majors, yeah. Yeah, he's trending right now in Hollywood. Creed 3 is very successful. So yeah, this is something. Not to mention the head sculpts aren't even associated. Meaning you can kit bash with them, can't you?
Yeah, you can. You'll be able to kit bash your Jonathan Majors. The only thing is he got some scars.
He has the scars. That's all right. That's Apollo gave it to him, right, during the battle, or
yeah. Okay.
Yep.
All right. And he has the
boxing match turned into a cat fight.
Yeah. Do you know how that head works, right? That's that head right there, the one we're looking at right now. That's Electro's head, meaning it just glows from the inside. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. So they're giving you 2 head sculpts, right? The glow version, and then the humanistic version. So I mean, if you wanted to kit bash, but except for the scars, though, but still, you could.
Want to know how I got these scars?
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is, the U.S. Army actually hired Jonathan Majors because he's now their latest commercial spokesman.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he also did that new the movie about being the first black pilot in the Korean War.
Yeah, Devotion, but that was for the Navy.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying he just did a military movie,
no.
So.
And the funny thing is, the commercial that like the long commercial that it's called like the Evolution commercial is probably the best commercial the Army's done in probably 40 years, and he's in it.
Did we address why Nate is wearing a mask? Are you sick?
He's sick. He's got the drip.
Oh
I got the drip. Yeah. I didn't want to drip all over my Hot Toys, so
not the good drip, the bad drip.
Are you really?
I don't think there is a
character. Then you really are sick.
No, yeah. You could see me on the stream yesterday when I did the morning stream on Kang. I was coughing up a storm, sneezing. Now it's gone. It's mostly gone. It's just now I just got the drip.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Was it the Big C?
No, it wasn't. It was a mixture of allergies with the pollen, and then some type of sore throat situation.
I was gonna say, because if you got the Big C, wouldn't that affect your the value of your Hot Toys? I mean, you're not importing or exporting or gonna have to Lysol your collection now.
Lysol the collection now.
Lysol the collection now, and you know.
Just so people know, he doesn't mean the clap by the Big C. He doesn't mean the clap.
The other Big C.
The other Big C. Drips here. Drips and then the Big C. People are going to get confused. Like, oh, no. Does it burn when you pee?
Oh, damn. So, yeah.
How much is he? How much is this guy?
$285.
$285. Yeah, it was cheap.
That's cheap. Yeah, that's a fair price for what you're getting.
Well, at that price, that kind of furthers my tinfoil hat theory that he signed a multi-deal just like Tamora Morrison did, because there's going to be so many different variations of his head, just like there are for the clones. So maybe they got him on a volume deal.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Or maybe
because he's just a new guy into the Hollywood game, that he doesn't have that type of pull to say, hey, I want a $300 figure for my likeness.
That is also very true.
No, he may just see the value in merchandising, giving out his first images for free or even at a cost, so that as you build the fame and the value, then you can start asking for RDJ money. So
exactly. So I was saying he's a newcomer in the game, so that's probably what we're seeing is he's not asking for too much. He could be doing it as a fan service, because from what we've seen, like, he really digs the fact that there are figures of him. I know, like, he got shown the Hasbro version of himself, and I think it was on Jimmy Fallon, but he had a kick, like, he had a blast with it, saying, like, oh my God, I'm a figure.
Yeah.
Type of deal. Like, he was really into it. So
it's a big thing in Hollywood. If you're an actor or an actress, and to get your own figure made, it usually is a signal of, like, look, you're there.
You're there. You made it.
Well, Rose Tico got a figure, so. I mean, and no offense to Kelly Marie Tran, I'm just saying.
Yeah, but let's be fair. I mean, they never sold, even when they went to bargain bin.
Oh, poor thing.
It's a sad situation.
Are we going to talk about episode 4? Because I'm kind of annoyed with it. I almost tapped out last night. I shit you not.
Are we going to do spoilers? Should we just put up those spoiler warning?
No, let's not.
All right, I'll save it for the week. I'm not kidding it. I was like, oh, they're going there. I go, I think I'm almost done. And keeping it spoiler free, I was this close. To me, it felt like the show is jumping the shark, and they're reaching, they're stretching. I was this close. I was this close to like, you know what? I think I'm going to take a break from this shit. I really was. I'm going to continue though, because I do like Starbuck. What's her name?
Bo-Katan. Yeah.
Katie Sackhoff.
Kitty Sackhoff. I do like her. She's such a great actress. I fucking fell in love with her in the early aughts with when she played Starbuck, which I was so skeptical at the time, and that show convinced me. Everybody on that show, Battlestar Galactica, is the shit. So I'm gonna keep watching it. My only situation, I don't think this is a spoiler, is Grogu. I don't know what his story is like. It feels like they're just throwing things in the dark. What's gonna happen to Grogu now? Other than that, I'll keep it. I won't talk about it. But I was like, you know what? It's tiptoeing around Book of Boba Fett territory.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. There's a moment in the show. There's a moment in the show. No spoilers, but it felt very like animated, like the animated physics in a way, where you take the animated course in the storytelling. You know how in animation there's things that happen in the animation, like it's a cartoon. You let it slide because they survived. But when you take it to live action, you're like, it felt more like a cartoon in a way in certain moments. I think that's what you're trying to say, right?
So defies physics, for lack of a better term.
The episode had two stories, had an A story and a B story, and then both of them. The A story was just peppered with plot holes and continuity errors, and then the B story one just seemed like it was jumping the shark. So I was just like, oh my god, I think I'm. And then it was only 25 minutes, and they're dumping a lot. So I'll probably talk. I'll give everybody a fair chance. I'll probably, if I can find time this week, I'll probably try to do a midnight run or an evening run, because I wanted to talk about the attendance for season 3, where it's dropping and no one seems to be addressing that. Was it like 24 or 25% viewership has dropped?
Yeah, Disney's not happy. Disney is not happy.
And I can, the most obvious one was that it took 3 years. To me, that was the big thing. The other thing too is that I feel lost, because I'm still not sure how Grogu got back to Din Djarin. So I'm assuming something happened
in Book of Boba Fett. You gotta watch those 2 episodes. You gotta watch
three.
Okay.
Yes, 3 episodes. Yes.
You gotta watch the last 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for you.
And that's another problem I had mentioned too last week, that if I have to do homework, I'm done. Yeah, you're telling me I need to do homework. That's what you're suggesting, right? Where everybody's like, oh, it's Andor, oh, it's Rebels, oh, it's Book of Boba Fett. This was featured. I'm like, no, I didn't sign up for that. I signed up for Mandalorian, his own standalone adventures. So Filoni keeps adding all of these member berries, and I'm telling you, it's not going to end very well, and that could probably be one of the situations why the viewership has dropped. So
well, as far as this, it's not a member berry. It was specifically in order to know what's going on. You at least need to watch pretty much half of Book of Boba Fett. That's not a member berry. And I agree with you there. That was specifically intentional.
Yeah, and then the big rumor was that Kathleen Kennedy has something to do with peppering that in. That was not meant for that show. I gave that show its opportunity. I watched the first episode. I recognized the weak script and weak writing on there, and I moved on. Same thing I do with Hawkeye and Falcon. So the fact that you had to pepper in Mandalorian episodes into another show to, I don't know, boost ratings. Who knows? It just doesn't fly. It doesn't work for me. So the flashback sequences are somewhat filling me in, but I don't intend to ever go back to that. That show was a train wreck. I'm not watching Rebels. I'm not watching. So if you're telling me that I need to watch these shows, that's borderline. Well, I'm almost done.
You don't have to watch. You don't have to watch Rebels or Clone Wars, but the one show you will have to watch, at least the final 3 episodes, is Book of Boba Fett. And I get it. You don't want to watch it because it was terrible. I get it. Yeah. But yeah, unfortunately, it is homework. Those last 3 episodes are homework for those that are watching Mandalorian season.
They need to be careful, because remember, Marvel required homework, and it didn't pan very well for Ant-Man and the Quantumania, because Ant-Man and Quantumania heavily relied on what happened in the Loki TV show. It relied parts of it with the WandaVision. It relied parts of it with Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. All of that's considered homework. That's you trying to keep up with the lore. And if you didn't watch any of these shows, apparently a lot of people didn't see Loki. And then you go into Ant-Man and the Quantumania, and then you see those cutscenes. Why is Tom Hiddleston at the end? Well, you had to do kind of homework to understand what was going on. And this is all speculation, but they think that could have been one of the reasons that could have affected the performance for Ant-Man and Quantumania, which had a lot of issues, but that specific homework issue did not help the situation at all. Where if you see Tom Hiddleston at the end, you're like, what's going on there? Well, if you didn't see Loki, the TV show, you're not going to understand the whole time. What's the authority called?
The TVA, the time variance authority.
That's a huge, that's a big plot. That's a big story arc there. That really helps the viewers understand what's going on with the whole Quantumania world. So they just need to be careful, because it's not working out too well for Marvel. And if you're telling me that they're going to keep pumping this stuff out into Star Wars, which Star Wars is on life support right now, as we know it, it's not going to end very well. So,
well, the thing is, there's still another show that's supposed to come out, I guess, relatively soon now. Is that like Skeleton Crew? And supposedly it came out, that they're essentially on Disney Plus working towards like a Marvel Avengers level event where all the different shows are going to essentially like meet up. And that's Ahsoka, that's Mando, and that also is Skeleton Crew, where there's going to be like a culminating event where they're all directly interacting with each other.
Nate, why do you think the viewership is down by 25%, which is apparently really huge? Why do you think no one's watching as much people watching season 3 of The Mandalorian? What do you think that is? I
think it's part of it is what we've been getting so far. I think people are getting tired of just the continuation of a certain story, right? With Mandalorian, I think the hype train has been dying out for Mandalorian, but it doesn't help the fact that Book of Boba Fett didn't do so well. And then the previous show after that and before Mando, Kenobi did horrible as far as like the audience, the audience criticism, right? Yeah. Now the audience was watching it, right? They gave it a chance because it was Kenobi, and the views were hot. But the problem is, after you just betray the audience trust with Kenobi, nobody is giving chances anymore. I'm like, you ruined us with Kenobi, and then that transferred over to Andor. Nobody was watching Andor, and then now it's a domino effect. Now Mando, unfortunately, you lost the trust with the audience, with the general populace.
I agree with you on that. I also agree too that they waited too long. It's been 3 years.
That's true. Yes.
It's just by that time the fire had fizzled away. So it's 3 years is a long time. Remember, season 2 ended in 2020, right? During the holidays or at the end of the year. Yep. So it's not exactly 3 years, but it's close to 3 years, and that's a long time in TV or a show that you're following. So, and you're right. It's the Kenobi show was a big disappointment. Book of Boba Fett was a train wreck. There's no benefit or value with the Star Wars universe as far as cinematic adventures. So, when was the last Star Wars movie released? It's been what, 5 years? Going on 6, I think. I want to say that. Yeah, wasn't it The Rise of Skywalker? When was that released? Wasn't that 2017?
2019.
2017, because Last Jedi. No, Rise of Skywalker was 2019. Last Jedi was 2017. Force Awakens was 2015. Because Rogue One was 2016. Solo was 2017.
So 2019 was The Rise of Skywalker. So it's been 4 years, and there's nothing on the plate to anticipate as far as the Star Wars cinematic universe. And because it's no secret now that Kathleen Kennedy's out the door, the Lucasfilm offices are almost essentially like a lame duck environment, meaning nobody cares. So if nobody in Lucasfilm cares, why, as a follower, as an audience, why should I care? You see, it's very, you have to have these movies. You have to have these cinematic adventures in theaters. And as much as people like to poop on Marvel, Marvel still has films coming out in theaters. Ant-Man and the Quantumania was still profitable. It wasn't a big success. It wasn't a runaway success. It still made money. We still have 2 more Marvel films scheduled for this year. What does Star Wars have?
Cancellations.
Lackluster cancellation, lackluster of season 3 of Mandalorian, and no published date for the Ahsoka show, because Disney's cutting money left and right. So I hate to say it. I mean, you can turn your back on Marvel, but Marvel has a few leaks that can be repaired with a few patches. It feels like the Star Wars IP is underwater right now. So, and remember, this is because we talk about toys, we talk about merchandise, we talk about IPs and things like that. It's a symbiotic relationship. So if we're not enjoying the shows, it also affects our wallets and our spending habits. I'm like, oh, Mandalorian season 3, do I really want to buy this shit? Do I really want to add this into my collection when I can get something else? It's not just it's not just Star Wars Hot Toys. There's also Marvel Hot Toys, and there is the derivative Marvel Spider-Man Hot Toys, which is doing extremely well. So people need to be kind of more specific. Oh, Marvel's not doing good. Oh, Marvel Spider-Man is doing extremely well. And all of those Doc Ock and Green Goblin, those things are just going to blow it out of the water. Then we have DC, which is an incoming threat. So if Star Wars isn't fitting the bill, it's very easy for us collectors to just look elsewhere. We can look at DC, we can look at Marvel, we can look at Spider-Man Marvel. And for those of you out there who like the little smaller brands like Mando figures or even X06, we still have those options as well too. So
are you prophesizing that the Star Wars brand, as far as like merchandising, is going to start steadily coming down because
it already has. It already.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Down.
Yeah,
it's already starting to wane down. And we are getting things on wait lists, but you have to understand we're getting things on wait lists is because they're just going to be smaller batches. How many of us, I bet you there's nobody in this group that pre-ordered Reva. Reva's on wait list. Did you pre-order Reva, Nate? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thunder Thighs. Yeah. It's Thunder Thighs.
Yeah. I have nothing. I have no hate. I have nothing against the actress. I thought she did a decent job. I just did not like her character, so I have no interest. And then, but again, that goes overall over the show. I'm still very offended that they had Obi-Wan Kenobi on an Imperial deck, Inspector Gadget style, smuggling kids under his trench coat, and then escape no speeder.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. So
that was ridiculous.
It's just plain ridiculous. The whole and then Hayden Christensen looked like 2 miles of bad road. He just looked horrible. He didn't age very well, and they didn't want to like spend the money to like to age him. He looked old for the timeline that he was in. Just things like that. Continuity errors like that just irk the crap out of me.
Yeah, the 40-year-old Padawan.
It just does. Stuff like that versus Obi-Wan is still with Ewan McGregor. It fit within that specific timeline, but Hayden Christensen just no. And then he was wearing platform shoes because he's not even the height of Darth Vader. Just weird shit like that. That's just so I committed, Nate. I signed up for season 3 of The Mandalorian. Okay. That's what the show, the IP. That's what I fell in love with. Were these fun, secluded, not connected adventures where Mando is caught in an ice cave and he's being chased by ice spiders. Just that to me, that's simple, ride in, story from point A to point C. It didn't have to be so convoluted and get over the top. It was just, hey, the ship is broken. We got to repair it. We're caught in this ice planet, spiders, fun stuff like that. That was
So,
very cool.
Denobi, I want to hear your thoughts on this. How you feel about the viewers that are enjoying season 3 Mando because they've done their homework. They've watched Clone Wars. They've watched. Honestly, you don't need to watch Clone Wars or Rebels, but you got to watch at least Book of Boba Fett to understand why Grogu is back in the game with season 3. But homework has been done. But the viewers are actually, there are viewers out there that have done the homework. They are enjoying it. But the majority, though, the ones that did not watch Book of Boba Fett or not aware of what's going on with Grogu, they've been leaving the ship. Because as you can tell me, as was told a few weeks ago, the viewership is down.
The viewership is down. It's a huge number. I think it was either 24 or 25%. Viewership is down, and did having those episodes in the Book of Boba Fett help? Probably not. It probably didn't, because they didn't turn up. They didn't show up. We've just had big disappointing shows, and then I don't watch The Bad Batch, but I understand there's continuity errors with this show as well too, that I've seen on Reddit and social media, and certain things aren't lining up. Nate looks like a Bond villain waiting to take over the world.
No, yeah. Mr. Hottoys, I expect you to die.
Yeah. Yeah. It could also just be too that we're plagued with so many streaming services, and every streaming service has raised their price. So maybe the days of subscribing to a specific stream service for one show are not there anymore. I canceled Hulu. Nobody in my family was watching Hulu. I'm like, why am I paying for this shit? And she's like, well, let's keep it. No, if the kids aren't watching Hulu, you're not watching Hulu. I game most of the time, or on my free time, I'm hiking out in Arizona. I go, why am I paying for Hulu? So I canceled it. I canceled Hulu. And to me, that was a victory. And it was only $15, I think we're paying, or 18. But the problem is I hate waste. I dread waste. And everybody is trying to get our money. And it's because I also pay for YouTube Premium. I pay for HBO Max. What else am I paying? Oh, Disney Plus. I pay for Disney Plus. I think I'm down to 4. I'm so proud of that. I'm so proud. I'm only paying for 4. So some folks may not see the value in subscribing to Disney Plus for The Mandalorian alone, because that's all that's on there. Willow was trash.
That's true.
I watched 3 episodes of Willow, and I'm like, what is this mess?
I watched 10 minutes of the first episode and turned it off.
I give every show the benefit of the doubt. I'll try to watch the first episode. And I was like, all right, well, it's Willow, it's the actor, and it was just, the show felt so alien, like the soundtrack. Like the soundtrack was just horrendous. Weren't they like blasting rock and roll music in this Dungeons and Dragons era? I think that's what did it for me. I'm like, what is this mess? And I gave The Rings of Power. I really, really enjoyed that show. And what I enjoyed the most out of that show was the soundtrack. They spent good money on a Philharmonic orchestra. Like, I love the soundtrack so much. I bought the vinyl record for it, and it's beautiful. In fact, I use that music from Rings of Power when I go out hiking if I'm not listening to a podcast. And it wasn't that it really wasn't that bad. I really enjoyed the show. I went in blind, and I thought it was written really well. I don't understand why some folks were against it. So maybe because it didn't. To me, it felt like Lord of the Rings. So, but other than that, I thought it was. I thought that was a good show. And then, I'm brutal on Marvel too. I didn't even watch the Black Widow film. I'm not going to watch that mess. I didn't watch.
Yeah, you're not missing anything.
Yeah, Falcon.
You're not missing anything.
I watched the pilot.
I agree with you on that. That Falcon and Winter Soldier, that pissed me off.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing. Why wasn't Tony Stark paying the Avengers? Are you out of your damn?
Oh
really?
my god! The fact that he had
wow.
them like on food stamp, that just offended the crap out of me. I was just like, no, like you mean Stark didn't give him a pension? I hated
exactly.
that.
Wow.
And then I didn't even give Hawkeye a chance because I just don't care about the character. I didn't give Hawkeye a chance. I didn't see Miss Marvel. No hate towards Miss Marvel. I just don't care about the character, right? It's whatever. And so it's tough out there. It's really tough. What does Mafia say? They made a lot of changes in Rings of Power that kind of upset me. He didn't even see any of this. He hasn't seen any of these shows. The only thing that Six Sail Mafia is watching is fucking Picard. Picard season 3. Yeah. That's the only thing he's watching. He's not watching any.
You know what? I stopped. I like Picard season 3. I'm enjoying it, but it's taking me out of the experience when season 1 and season 2 happened.
Yeah.
You know? Like it's hard. Like I'm enjoying season 3. I think season 3 is the better of the 2 seasons. But honestly, season 1 and 2 just soured the taste for me. That I'm like, I've not been continuing to watch. I'm gonna wait till it gets done and then watch it. But so far, I'm enjoying season 3. But the problem is, season 1 and 2 happened, and I'm like, how can I just watch season 3 and just know that season 1 and 2 happened? I get it.
It's like my thing. Sorry, Mafia, but it's like it's a half-ass attempt at trying to converge season 8 of both TNG and DS9 into one package, and then also trying to like keep New Trek still relevant, but also trying to ignore as much of it as I can. It's like go in a direction.
House of Dragon was fantastic.
Yo, I love House of Dragon. I was drooling
on every episode.
Wow, I didn't even think. I honestly thought that Game of Thrones has shot themselves in the foot after season 8, but House of Dragons changed it completely. It brought the faith back.
I was skeptical. Yes. I went into House of Dragons with my arms crossed. This isn't my Game of Thrones. I'm not going to watch this.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I was like, we gotta come on, everybody, let's gang around. Let's get popcorn ready.
Everyone hated the actor that was playing. Let's see, was it Rhaegar? Damn,
I always forget their names.
Yeah. But the dude, right? Everyone hated the fact that he was playing. He was in Game of Thrones. The Doctor Who. He was playing a Game of Thrones character or House of Dragons character, but now everybody loves him.
Oh, he was fantastic.
Oh yeah, mm-hmm.
He was fantastic. He was good. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed, like I said, I enjoyed the Rings of Power. Moon Knight was okay. It was just up or down, and then the ending of the show was just confusing. It's really tough. Like it's hard to get good fucking. It's hard to get good writing. It really is. I'm not watching. Are you watching Picard season 3, Nate?
I'm watching it, but I haven't watched after episode 2. Not because I'm not interested. I got other things to watch right now. Mm-hmm. I haven't caught up yet, but I like it. I like it so far. The problem is season 1 and 2 happened. So I'm constantly thinking about season 1 and 2 as I'm watching season 3 of Picard. And I'm like, is this... I would have felt better if season 3 was actually a soft reboot or of both seasons. Just pick and choose what you want for first season 1 and 2 and just do something totally different. But it looks like it is part of that timeline of season 1 and 2. And I'm like,
It is, but it isn't. I'll just say this
that's weird to me.
They acknowledge things.
Yeah.
But then they also kind of want to, they acknowledge that it happened, but also there's acknowledgments that it wasn't what should have happened, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like, so far I'm enjoying season 3, but I don't trust it after what happened to season 1 and 2, even though it's good. Denobi, if you get a chance, if it does continue the path that it is right now on a good path, just watch season 3. Just forget about season 1 and 2. But
I'm done with Star Trek.
You done with it? Okay.
I'm not doing anything more to support them.
Yeah.
I'm just tired of building that bridge has collapsed on me way too many times, and I'm done rebuilding it to bring it back into my life. It's just I'm done. I can't. I couldn't even finish season 2 of Picard because
don't remind me. Don't remind me.
Right?
Don't remind me. Oh
And
my god!
I even tried to give Star Trek Discovery
You're a stronger man than all of us.
And I think I made it through 6 episodes, and I just so many things wrong. I just not even what they're saying about the whole woke. No, it was just bad writing. None of it was making any sense. And then I try to give, and then I got to see a free episode of Strange New Worlds, and it had just no interest for me at all. I'm getting the highlights from Picard season 3 from Red Letter Media, and to me that's fine.
Yeah, that's been good too. I've been enjoying Red Letter Media. They've been doing a good job with season 3, and they agree. Like season 3 is good, but Red Letter Media does bring up the
show looks ugly. Just looking at the trailers, it looks ugly.
Oh, it looks ugly,
and it looks offensive. The darkness, everybody's talking in shadows in the dark, and like I just that alone is enough.
I'll agree. It looks like JJ was the film consultant they hired for this one.
Yeah, it looks ugly. It really, really does. And you can't have 4 wrongs and then you finally make a right. It's just not enough for me. And so that's cool that they were able to correct the ship, but this is the same thing that happened to Andor. No one gives a shit about Andor, so no one's watching it. So I'm assuming that I guess those who are enjoying season 3 of Picard, but and then just looking at what Red Letter Media, and then Picard looks old. Like he looks like Stan Lee in his last years, where they were using him as a puppet to like sign autographs and shit, and he's just not there. And I kind of get that feeling with Patrick Stewart, because he said it a few years ago. He feels that if he stops working, he's going to die. He said that in one of his Instagrams a few years ago. And I'm like, God damn it, Patrick, just retire. Just hang it up. I know you want to keep working.
Well, he said he is on standby, quote unquote, for Deadpool 3.
Yeah, he doesn't want to stop working, and his good friend Ian McKellen has the same mentality. They feel that if they stop acting or working, they're prepared to die, and there are people like that. But I'm like, let this go, dude. You're not. I can't. Especially after season 1 and 2 of Picard. So,
but the thing is, I've been like I said, I've been enjoying season 3. But if you're able to keep season 1 and 2 out of your mind. After the barrage of trash that got hit in your eyes, then you can watch season 3. Like just make believe season 1 and 2 never happened and watch season 3.
Just the thing of 7 of 9, like she got re-enlisted into Starfleet. That alone just irks me because she was portrayed as a mercenary. Like a Maquis member in the first and second seasons, and she was all over, and now she's back on Starfleet and stuff like that.
Okay, no spoilers, but yeah, if you think that's bad, you need to watch season 3. If you think that's bad, just saying.
Continuity errors like that just to justify something. And then and this is not a spoiler. It's already been mentioned that Lore is going to be in this show, and that alone already irks me because Lore was deactivated and disassembled and kept in storage Starfleet at the end of it was a 2-parter episode where Lore was with the Borg, was hanging around with the Borg, but he was deactivated, and his emotion chip was removed, which was then used by Data. It was assembled into his head in Star Trek Generations. So he's kind of for spare parts. So it was Descent. It was Descent Part 2. That's what it was. And so the fact that you're going to have to really explain why the fuck Lore is back when he was considered a threat. He was kind of like Ultron. You disassembled Ultron, and you have to have a really good story or a good explanation why, or someone who got access to the spare parts of Lore kept in Starfleet storage. You can check over at the
Daystrom Institute.
Yeah, it was kept in. So
that was before. That wasn't Lore. That was before.
And Lore was kept in Starfleet, is from what I read.
Both Lore and B4, because B4 from Nemesis. I'm sorry, not Nemesis.
Lore, he may have been moved, but it was before that was an Adastrum Institute. But again, they don't. It doesn't matter, right? It's all because they're making anything up, and there's no fucking continuity anyway. There's no established canon, so they're making shit up as they go along.
Well, and I wanted to mention this. I know you say you don't want watch the cartoons and stuff, but the best show as far as actual continuity and staying pure, the TNG and DS9 is actually Lower Decks. I mean, and I know you don't want to watch the cartoon, but they specifically mentioned like Chief O'Brien, like and little canon things too, like Cetacean Ops in the Enterprise D, where they actually have like the Marine, whale and dolphin lab. That the dolphins are actually legitimate characters in the show because they actually serve a purpose for navigation. Just little things like that, and it's like. And they reference different characters. They reference, recruiting. It's like you think it's a spinoff directly from TNG. Because even Jonathan Frakes is in it. And it pulls you back into thinking you're watching TNG or like immediately within that time frame. I mean, and I know you don't like the cartoons, but the cartoon is actually so much better lore-wise and pure to Star Trek than the actual real action Star Trek shows.
So Denobi, so are you gonna be like so after what we've been discussing, are you gonna be going forward with Mandalorian season 3?
So far, this last episode really almost hit the nail. I'm gonna give it another episode, but it's only 8 episodes I think in this season.
Yeah.
And I know Favreau's already has a story arc for season 4. God, I hope so. I hope he's not.
They're supposed to be filming like in October. They're already in pre-production.
Yeah. So I'll give it another go. But man, oh man, they're throwing darts left and right. So let's see. It's because this last episode was very weak, and it wasn't done right. Both story arcs. There were 2 story arcs. It just wasn't done very right.
Mm-hmm.
And the one situation with Grogu, just like now it feels like they're jumping the shark. And to me, jumping the shark was every other episode of the Book of Boba Fett, where they were just doing outlandish things on that show. And I never, like I said, I watched the first episode of the Book of Boba Fett, but then I did get to see the breakdowns of other reviewers, and like Red Letter Media just took a big dump. I got to see Robert Meyer Burnett's breakdown on it, and to me, it was just like, why would anybody have given this show a chance after seeing the first and second episodes? Like it was all explained there that, hey, we're going to waste your time. We're going to waste the audience's time with all of these stupid, ridiculous flashback sequences on how we got out of the Sarlacc pit. Well, that was a waste of time. We got to see him at the end of season 2 already out of the pit. Why do we need to go back to that? Who cares? He's out. He's 300 pounds. He's waving his little pistols around. And why do we need to go back to that? I just don't understand. So,
let's see. Gentleman Wake says, "Bro, you're wrong. Denobi 2. The last episode is exactly what I want from Star Wars." Hey guys, it's all opinions.
It's all subjective. It's all
subjective.
What you and it's all subjective. It's all what it is, and when it comes to Star Wars, unfortunately it's going to be the majority of the public opinion is how the show is going to get rated overall with the audience score and the critic score.
So far I'm enjoying it, and I do get what the Nobi's coming from though, with what happened to this last episode. With what's going on, you got to do the homework to watch Clone Wars or watch Book of Boba Fett to have an idea of what's going on. Why is Grogu still part of Mando team when he left with Luke Skywalker at the end of Mandalorian season 2? I get it.
Mm-hmm. You know what? How Grogu feels now? I'm going to explain to you the best way how Grogu feels, because it had from the very beginning. It was supposed to be Grogu goes this lost Jedi, and Mandalorian's going to adopt him and take him and pass him on over to a Jedi, which was passed on to Luke, and then Mando was then supposed to go on to other adventures. Right? This is what happened to the TV show Family Matters with Steve Urkel, where he was only supposed to be a one-off or a second or two appearance character, and because he was so well received by the audience, that the whole show was then built around Steve Urkel. And then what ended up happening in the last few seasons of Family Matter is that the show literally jumped off the train tracks, and you got episodes of Steve Urkel building wacky inventions like the Shrink Ray episode where Steve Urkel and Carl shrunk themselves and they're tiny little people running. Did you guys don't even remember this? I do. I lived it there. Gandalf, I was
remember
there.
it.
You remember that?
it.
They were
Yep.
outlandish fucking episodes. And then it was just like, and then he would have Stefan Urkel, and then the one that people were embarrassed was Myrtle Urkel, Steve Urkel's female cousin, when he would dress up in drag and pretend he was Myrtle. because the writers felt that's what the audiences wanted, and I kind of feel that Mandalorian is heading in that direction. Well, the audience loved Grogu, so he was only meant to have this one story arc and then pass off to the Jedi, and which is then the rumor why Kathleen, this is a rumor, this part's a rumor, I don't know if this is true, where Kathleen Kennedy then forced to have Grogu, I guess, given back or shoehorned into the Book of Boba Fett to give him Din Djarin back. And I had to research that, because I'm like, why is Grogu back with Din Djarin, right? And I guess the mentality is, it's not the Mandalorian show now, it's the Grogu show. And it's kind of like history repeating itself, because that's kind of what happened to Steve. That's kind of what happened to the Family Matter show, where it wasn't supposed to be the Steve Urkel show. It's supposed to be kind of like the Cosby show, but set in Chicago style and so forth. So again, I'm very, very skeptical. And I what's the quote? I believe in democracy. And I do know that Disney sees the numbers. And I know that with all of these streaming services, they have real analytical number. This isn't like the old school days with the Nielsen ratings, where they would have to get speculated numbers. Mm-hmm. No, all of these streaming services have real analytical numbers. They know when you log in. They know if you watched the full show. They know if you watched it all, and so forth. And I had CBS All, at the time it was called CBS All Access. And when I had CBS All Access, there was only one person in this family that was watching CBS All Access, and it was me, where I was watching Star Trek Voyager. I would have just Star Trek Voyager playing in the background. I would have Deep Space Nine episodes running when I'm building or working on something. I would always have those episodes in the background playing. I sat through seasons 1 of Picard. I barely finished Picard season 2. I try to give Discovery a chance. So they know that in my household that there is a Trek fanatic, because I saw all of the, in fact, that's where I got to see Star Trek the Motion Picture, the 4K advanced version, right? I don't know if you guys know this, but Star Trek the Motion Picture got redone again in 4K. So I had all of that. And I was so disgusted with how season 2 went. I'm like, I'm done. And there is no, it kind of feels like, look, we're sorry and we're going to apologize. And for me, probably because I'm just a stubborn Star Trek supporter, like, I'm done. I'm not going to give you my money. I'm not going to give you my analytical numbers. I'm not going to give you my viewership. You messed up, right? It's done. They need to essentially take the board and just wipe it clean. Enough is enough. Leave the geriatrics alone. Leave them back in Shady Acres. They all look terrible. I'm just tired of it. You know, started with J.J. Abrams' Star Trek fiasco with how those films were treated. And I try to give these shows a shot, and it's not for me. So I just don't even want to subscribe to them. I don't want to give them my money, even though they're sending me emails where I can get Paramount Plus for $4.99 a month, guaranteed for 6 months, because they know that in my household there was a Trek support. I'm like, I don't care. It's not even about the money to me at this point. It's about the principle. And I know that's what's kind of happening with Disney Plus right now, where you start putting out the content that's not worthy, you're going to lose subscribers, and you're probably going to lose viewership in that matter. So the only thing, and it's happening to Marvel as well too. But the difference is, let's not forget, Marvel still has movies. Marvel still has movies that still make money. What does Star Wars have? Nothing in the cinematic sense. What does Star Trek have in the cinematic sense? Nothing. Zip, zilch. DC is getting rejuvenated. They got their Messiah.
Well, that's subjective. That's a subjective comment.
Yeah, it's not subjective. It's the numbers are going to speak itself. When the Flashpoint breaks $1 billion, it's gonna you'll see people's opinions radically change. So, yeah, that's my little soapbox rant.
Damn, you got a lot out of your chest today, Denobi.
Mhm.
Oh boy, wow.
Goose Fraba.
Goose
Goose
Fraba.
Fraba.
Well, if you heard it here first, folks, he is not going to watch season 3 of Picard, but he's going to continue watching Mandalorian season 3 for now.
I like to vote. I like that. I'm even if like, oh, you can watch these episodes for, no, I like the process of I love democracy. I like to vote, right? And things in the Mouse of House haven't been going very well. So that's one of the nice things is that is that being a shareholder, I get to vote. I love to vote. Your vote is very important. So if you make me unhappy, I then get to vote. That's the beautiful. I love democracy. Nate, I need that meme. I love democracy.
I need to put that meme up. Yeah.
You got to put that meme up.
Yeah,
so
I have
it's
to.
plain and simple. While everybody else is bitching and moaning, I get to vote. Voting is so much more. Your voice gets heard so much better that way. By streaming services, and I don't like what's going on at the top. So understand too, because I know Disney's been going through some issues with the parks and layoffs and all that. Disney was relying heavily on Star Wars in a symbiotic sense relationship, right? They spent a lot. They spent billions of dollars in Galaxy's Edge to get people to visit the parks. And Galaxy's Edge isn't what what lived up to be. And again, if you want to point a finger, I'm not going to bash, but it's who's at head at Lucasfilm. It's the top person of Lucasfilm, because what happens in that studio affects Disney considerably. They haven't pumped out any Star Wars films. They haven't. It's been mismanaged poorly. We're getting an Indiana Jones film this year. God, I fingers crossed. I hope this one's good. I'm being very optimistic.
Cross your fingers.
And your toes.
I'm being optimistic because they're going into my favorite part of history. My favorite part of history. It's NASA and its involvement with Yahtzees. Oh, I love that part of American history.
Oh, Operation Paperclip time.
I love it. So
I like how the last episode, the episode before this one, episode 3, right? They did sort of like Operation Paperclip situation with Mando. With bringing in Imperial officers and Imperial soldiers that they're bringing into or scientists who have you into the New Republic. Yeah, we'll forgive you. Come back. Come here. Yeah.
So I'm being optimistic. I'm not gonna hate anything on Indiana Jones until I see the film. That's it. Plain and simple. I'm gonna be optimistic. They're dealing with a part of history. Plus, they're dealing with the Greek artifact, the mechanical device and stuff like that. So they're going back to that type of lore. So I'm not. They're dealing with NASA and they're dealing with the NASA Yahtzees and how we got to the moon. I think that's just awesome.
Oh, and the chrono shifter.
Yeah. With the chrono shifter and
the funny thing is, well, the chrono shifter is also one of those artifacts that has roots, like supposedly also with the Vatican. So it's one of those relics that has multiple no's. So at least they're going, like you said, that I would have personally liked if they went for the the Spear of Destiny, because that would have completed the trifecta.
So Mafia, he's kind of like aggravated with about the Picard thing. So Mafia, you were listening earlier. I'm gonna be watching Picard season 3. I've already passed episode 3. The problem is I've been so busy. I've been watching other stuff, so I'm pretty much gonna wait till it's completed and then binge watch it. So that's how I'm gonna do it. But again, I'm gonna be real with you, because after what happened to season 1 and 2, you know, it does leave a sour taste in my mouth watching season 3 because it's so close with season 3. Mandalorian, however, like, hey, same situation. It brought back hope for me after what happened with the sequel trilogy. But at least it's 30 years before the whole mess with the sequel trilogy. Season 3 is happening right after season 2, and I'm here like, that's why I was like, I still frustrated with season 1 and 2. But like I said, I'm enjoying season 3. I think season 3 is the better of the two. And honestly, if you're gonna go and step into Picard season 3, I suggest just forget about season 1 and 2. Forget that ever happened and watch season 3 as his own thing, because it's good. It's good. Season 3 is good. I am gonna watch it. Hopefully, either very soon, you know, continue off the episodes, or I'll just wait till I binge it. And I actually probably gonna wait till I could binge it. Like, once everything's done, just sit down, relax, and enjoy the entire thing.
Yeah,
hopefully and enjoy the entire thing.
Yeah, and for season 3, and I know we talk about like doing your homework. Season 3 is literally, if you know the Next Generation, you know Deep Space Nine, you'll be fine. But if you haven't, there are going to be some things you're going like, what the hell's going on? So I want Mafia and Denobi on a midnight run, just to get in on a debate about Picard season 3, or that's what I want to happen. Just them just duking it out.
I've been watching Red Letter Media, and they've been breaking down the episodes. There's nothing there new to the table except a bunch of member berries. So, and a few continuity errors that I caught already. So there's nothing there appealing. There's nothing there.
I'm enjoying season 3. I'm enjoying season 3 as well. I think it's the better of the of 1 and 2, of course.
But that's not saying much if the score of season 1 and 2 were like 2 out of 10. So saying that it's better than that doesn't really say much, doesn't say a lot. I mean, the shows were so dismal. Well, it's better than seasons 1 and 2. Well, what the fuck does that mean? What does that mean?
Well, I mean, season 1 and 2 and at least here's the difference I see. Season 1 and 2 of Picard kind of relied on JJ Trek, you know, and the whole, you know, like, blowing up of Romulus with the supernovas, kind of like that nexus point. Whereas like season 3 is more like, okay, this is actually, it's kind of, they're like, we kind of are stuck. We have to play this off, but let's do our best and go nostalgia with TNG and DS9, and let's move that. That's what it almost feels like. It's a compromise that they're stuck, and they're just trying to, you know, basically put as much kitty litter on the ground so they can get the truck moving.
They should have just started that from the very beginning. The whole situation, they should have, you know what, or maybe even rebranded it. Not even call it Picard season 3, just called it something else.
TNG, like Star Trek.
Well,
I don't even want to say the name because that'll give away a spoiler. So
here's the thing: Mafia wants Denobi to watch it, right? But Denobi, he's like, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Yeah, he's in this. Denobi's in this situation with Star Trek right now.
What did Kylo Ren say? Let the past die, burn it if you have to.
Let it die if you have to.
Damn, you going in?
It's done.
Damn,
giving it way too many damn choices. I have too many chances. It's done. It's done. 10 points for single songwriter for that catchy title, but no, I'm not gonna go for it. The Captain's Run. That's pretty damn good. That's a good no, there's nothing. I mean, it's the same song and dance, but you know, I tell that to people. I tell that to people about Rings of Power, and they didn't like it. What were they expect? I still don't understand. The logic defies me. why people didn't like Rings of Power.
Yeah, Denobi, that could be your stick for the stream.
Yeah,
Denobi trying to convince Cisco Mafia that Lord of the Rings is good, Rings of Power is good, and Cisco Mafia trying
Good luck with that.
Denobi that the card is good. Season 3.
Yeah, was it because of Tolkien? It wasn't because it's his estate, his like nephews, his heirs are still have final say on script approval. On
apparently, part of the deal was that it's not. It's basically like an interpretation, so Amazon has a little bit of leeway. Apparently, because it's not a direct representation as we've seen.
So because Tolkien wasn't involved, that makes it bad. That's kind of like saying.
Well, it kind of.
Well, hold on, Don. Hold on. It's like saying like because Gene Roddenberry's been dead, that means no Trek afterwards would be any good. So I don't understand why anybody would use the Tolkien. Well, because it's not Tolkien lore. Because everything after when Gene Roddenberry passed away, it does. I mean, some of the best show was in Deep Space Nine.
Oh yeah, and again, I'm not for me. I'm not calling specifically that because I was going to say once Roddenberry died, that actually removed a lot of the restrictions. Now, some people they have issues with some of the who was cast for certain characters. I'm that's not what I have. It's just some like the mythology.
Is it because Rings of Power had a black elf? Was that it?
Well, in the books it actually says he's a darker elf. So I have again certain people they focused and fixated on that.
It's kind of like saying like there's like a black Vulcan. I kind of feel like history.
Well, again, I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's the storytelling aspect.
But Nate, here's the thing. I'm actually old enough to remember this debate. Nate, I shit you not. I remember back in the 90s reading TV Guide and all this stuff, and the magazine, the sci-fi magazines, like people were really like concerned about a black Vulcan, and Tim Russ did a really good job. So I never, to me, I was like, well, that's different. But I remember people were using it as an excuse why Rings of Power wasn't good because it was a black elf. So I did not understand that. I mean,
I'm using that as an example of the inane reasons why people are hating on it. But as far as certain storytelling elements,
for me, I wasn't bothered by that. It was just that there's interpretations they took from the Silmarillion that I enjoyed most of all. Through reading the lores and stuff like that, they took their own interpretation to it. I'm not a big fan of it. I wish they went more. They took more. They played more homage to the Silmarillion than they did with what they gave me, and that's it. That's other than that. If you enjoyed it, that's fine.
Yeah,
but that's fine. That's all I gotta say. But it's not my cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea. It's not to the. Just that I enjoyed the book more than I did with the show. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nothing it had to do with what's going on with Lady Galadriel. I do agree on that. There could have been different ways they could have interpreted her in the show. I just like the book better.
How can he say that when he didn't even see the show? What? See, this is what I'm talking
Mafia
about.
Didn't see it? Mafia
didn't see. I think he saw one episode and he tapped out of it or something. He didn't see the full season.
Wow.
Unless I'm wrong, he didn't see it.
Wow. Oh, wait. I thought Mafia did watch it.
He didn't see it. I think he told me he saw one episode or something, and then he had to go use the bathroom to pee or something. Or, I don't know.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens in the chat. Damn. Nathan, nobody needs to leave. Oh, come on, man. Nobody just having a bad day.
I'm not having a bad day.
No, this is his therapy right now. He's letting it all go. Look at the smile on his face.
I love debates. I love when people try to.
For me, I prefer the book better. That's all. I prefer the book better. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all. Man. 60 Mafia says, "Yeah, I watched Letter Media."
Oh, there you go. There's this excuse clause.
That's why I need you and Mafia on one stream together, just duking it out. Which is better, Rings of Power or Picard?
It wouldn't work with Mafia. You'd have to work with somebody else. Remember, he has a financial vested interest in Star Trek. XO6. So to me, his opinion on Star Trek tends to. He's always going to speak in the defense, and again, to his credit, he's allowed to. But it's kind of like getting into a debate with Yost and his wacky products, right? He's gonna protect his vested interest. Anybody that takes a leap of faith and buys a product from Jazz Inc. Incorporated,
Oh
is always
boy,
going
here
to.
we go.
I'm
Here we go.
I'm not going.
Ding, ding.
So why?
Soapbox is ready. Step up.
Why would anybody take? Like, I do generally believe that he is telling the truth, that he enjoys Star Trek, but he does have a bias towards it because he does earn a living from it. And if I was earning a living or doing photos or anything like that, or getting, I don't know, if he was getting comp figures or discounted figures or whatnot, I would then want to protect my vested interest. So it'd have to be somebody else if you wanted to be be fair.
You know how Thanos brings it up. That's destiny fulfilled. Oh, that's destiny fulfilled. It comes full circle. The Nobi's full circle. Oh shoot! Ah, damn. Okay, okay. So
Skip Bayless is in the house, as some people are saying.
Quick question though. Kaiju brought up a good question, but we went on this. Kaiju Daddy is asking, what's going on with the DeLoreans being released? Here in Japan, the release was pushed back to May, possibly to inspect the merchandise and make sure the ones going out are okay. I got the delay too, Kaiju Daddy. Mine's ain't gonna get released. I got delayed from Sideshow. Mine's ain't gonna get released till like August at this point.
Kaiju Daddy's in Japan. I was under the impression everybody in Japan, or Tokyo for that matter, had received their DeLoreans. In fact, I had watched plenty of DeLorean review unboxing videos, and I remember 2 of them were from Japan followers, people that I follow in Japan, in Tokyo specifically. And I forgot one of them. I forgot his name, but he does a really good job detailing. So I had just assumed it was him and somebody else in Japan that did unboxing videos, unless they got it from Hong Kong. Oh, you're gonna kill me now. I gotta look for this. You're gonna make me look for this guy. It's shoot. I feel like I sent this video to several people too. It's a specific reviewer, but it was 2 people. But the one that I follow, he does like anime reviews too. But he ended up getting it the same time someone else got theirs too. So I'm guessing they played favorites with day 1 pre-orders. Does anybody know who I'm talking about? It's a reviewer in Tokyo. He lives in Tokyo, and he got it, and somebody else got it too. But there's but anyway, the fact, I'm assuming Kaiju Daddy did not day 1 pre-order it then, if he doesn't have his, because I know he lives in Tokyo. So I guess that when they were making shipments, they stopped or they slammed on the brakes. So
if Toy Sapien hasn't gotten theirs, nobody else has it, as they supply. Okay, supply everyone here. Okay, so if that's the case, that means they must have got it from a third party.
I see. So they may have probably ordered it through a Hong Kong reseller or something like that. Yeah.
Toys Wonderland. Dun-dun-dun. And they actually got it.
Yeah. Yeah. But I do remember seeing the videos because I was looking at how everybody was reviewing. And then when I suffered the breakage on the struts, then I went back to other videos to see if they had gotten it. And the ones in Japan didn't get the breakage, which then I came to the theory was that it was just a U.S. supply because it was sitting on boats for 2 months. And the 2 reviews that I saw in Japan were perfect. They were stellar. So if Toy Sapiens, he didn't get it from Toy Sapiens, then yeah, he may have just gotten it. But again, if it's the day 1 pre-orders that seem to have, it's just so weird. That whole situation is just really, really odd. Did you, Kaiju Daddy, did you day 1 pre-order it? Did you day 1 pre-order? I mean, not like some of the people that day 1 pre-ordered it 3 months after its announcement. I'm talking about like within that week. Do not be respect your honest embrace her part.
$2 super chat from Iron King.
Yeah.
But either way, I think to address that, I think Hottoys is looking into that situation with the DeLorean right now, whether it's going to be reinforced or they're just making new batches to replace the damaged versions. At this point, I'm not sure what's going on, but we'll see what happens in the next few months because mine's got delayed till August. So
I'm trying to find the channel, but
yeah, they need to pay the $30,000 for the hover conversion kit.
$30,000 for the hover conversion kit. Yeah, you and Mafia need to get into a midnight run just to let the air out.
What air? I just did. I feel good.
No, you both need to watch one episode of Book of Boba Fett, then you both need to watch one episode of Picard, but make drinking games out of it.
I watched the first episode of Book of Boba Fett, remember? I watched the pilot episode. I was
He did. He did. Denobi did watch the first episode.
All right, so then you just got to watch 5, 6, 7, and you can technically say you watched the majority of the series then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so curious. I can't wait for you guys to get your DeLorean. Is it August now or May?
For me, I think it'll be either July or August at this point.
Yeah. Can you see mine? I have mine in the background displayed. Up top corner. You see it, right? Let me see. Look at it right here.
Look at that. Nice. Yeah. I saw one of your videos where you had it like hovering around. I thought that was cool.
You like that? Yeah.
I
was using a 20-pound nylon cord right here, and so the problem with this is that when I had the vehicle on this, it's really heavy. But dude, I just wanted to run around the room and play with it. I'm like, this is so much fun making this thing fucking fly. Because the power sources were, I had it running on the little battery pack. So it looked cool as shit. I'm like, oh, I got to make a video out of this. This is so much fun playing with this damn thing. So, and I know it sucks that people are experiencing the joy because I've had so much fun the last couple. Like, I really like it. It takes a lot to like spur my imagination to get I learned a lot. Like, I had to troubleshoot, and it did not bother me. Like, I was really digging it. I just really was loving. Like, this is so much fun. And then seeing the final outcome of having like those reflectors light up, it's just cool. Mine is somewhere in the landfill with the rejects.
Same here, Hottoys Hotline. Same here.
I had micro fractures, and I did submit it to Sideshow, and they gave me the credit, which I took. But everything else I can work through. No, I don't do homework. That's the thing. I don't latch on to like the teat of some of these shows. I don't. It's people are so protective of what they love, and I like they will defend shit, and I don't understand that. Like, I've always seen myself as a big Marvel fanboy, but I'm always the first one to take a big dump on some of these Marvel shows, like Hawkeye. Like, nope. Falcon, nope. Black Widow, nope. Like, I'll call it what it is. It's trash. It's garbage. It really, really is. Going back to Ant-Man and the Quantumania, the best thing again was Jonathan Majors, and it felt like Iron Man 3. And what I mean by that, and I'm going to tell you why it feels like Iron Man 3, because it was an Avengers level threat, and you had two sidekicks taking on the big baddie. And not saying that Iron Man is a sidekick, but the whole Mandalorian situation, not Mandalorian, what's his name?
The Mandarin,
right? The Mandarin. To me, it was almost a near an Avengers level threat with the whole, what was it called that they were injecting the soldiers with? Extremists. Yeah. To me, that was a situation that I felt Iron Man, Tony Stark, needed help with. And even though he had Rhodey, but Rhodey wasn't doing much, to me, that was the president of the United States was in trouble, and it was an Avengers level threat. And I feel that with Ant-Man and the Quantumania, that was an Avengers level threat, and you had two sidekicks running around quantum space, taking on the big baddie. And then when they returned back to normal, back to Earth or wherever they came from, Scott Lang didn't report this in. Like, this was an Avengers level threat. This guy is talking about destroying the whole universe. And they just played it off as a joke. And I'm like, this is stupid. This, like, same way that Iron Man 3 played it off as a joke with Bruce Banner in the end cutscene. Like, I'm not that type of doctor. That's kind of how they played it off with Ant-Man and the Quantumania. I'm like, this was an Avengers level threat. And you had Wasp and you had Scott Lang taking on the big time traveling baddie.
Mm-hmm.
And it just it was just could have been just a little bit better. I saw it in theaters, but again, this guy here, Kang, really made the film. He was good. He was a real treat, seeing him perform and his lines. So good deal, man. They knocked it out of the park on this guy. He looks great.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a dude. Now, this is a good question, Denobi. You are aware we are going to get multiple Kangs in the future. Are you going to pick and choose your Kangs, or are you going to collect all the Kangs?
I'm probably going to do just one. I'm probably going to stick with this one, yeah.
Okay, you're going to stick to this one?
Yeah, you're right, because he kind of, that cut scene where he's in those different outfits and one look like he kind of all extravagant and like flamboyant and like Prince. It kind of, he was rocking it. You can tell the actor was loving these outfits. Because you saw different versions of Kang wearing these like extravagant costumes. And I'm like, man, he's loving this. I'm just like, he's having so much fun. That cut scene was really, really cool. And then the whole, both cut scenes, you know, it sucks that the cut scenes were more enjoyable than the film.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did love the end credit scenes with the with all the Kangs. Ramen Tud was cool. Immortus was cool. Who else was there? Red Centurion was cool. I'm gonna have to pick. I'm gonna have to slow down on the army building on certain characters because I do want to get all the Kangs. I do like all the options. If they ever do all the Kangs as far as like releases, I don't mind picking up a few because I do like Jonathan Majors. I do like the portrayal as Kang and also multiple Kangs. But I could see people just playing the pick and choose game like you did. Like, this is going to be my Kang, the one and only. And then maybe if they come out with Avengers Kang Dynasty Kang and it's pretty cool, you probably consider that, depending on what the movie did.
Yeah. I want more villains anyway. I want more Marvel villains anyway. So, yeah. And again, I'm being very conservative with the Marvel line. I'm not getting everything. But that being said, it's still we still have like the Mark III Deluxe coming out. We still have the Silver Centurion suit coming out. There's still a few Iron Man figures that are going to be real gems when they release. And then there's a couple one-offs. I do want She-Hulk. I'm getting her. So there's still, with Marvel, there's still a few. And then Marvel Spider-Man, to me, is my biggest threat because I'm getting it all for Marvel Spider-Man. And then even if Mandalorian season 3 leaves a bad taste, and it's breaking the connection, it doesn't mean I'm going to stop buying Hottoys Star Wars. I'm still all in for Attack of the Clones. People forget, like, there's like 9 fucking figures for Attack of the Clones.
That's true.
And so even if I throttle and I kind of poo-poo the Mandalorian Hot Toy Star Wars line, that doesn't mean I'm out. Like, I still got Return of the Jedi. I'm 100% all in for Return of the Jedi. I'm all in for Attack of the Clones. The Bark Speeders.
Yep.
Right. I'm getting all. I love the Star Wars small vehicles. I'm getting all the Star Wars small vehicles. So I know a lot of collectors aren't. They don't have the space, and I know they're kind of priced high. But I'm getting all the vehicles. I love the little chicken walker, ATRT. I'm getting those. So, but just because I say I'm not going to get anything from Kenobi, like, I don't even want that Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Kenobi show. I do want General Kenobi that I'll be getting for the club.
Yeah.
But like anything like the Inquisitors, like none of that. No, I don't care for any of that nonsense. Or the little one-offs, like the fillers from Mandalorian, like the tank commanders, and none of that stuff. I just no.
So you know what, Denobi, I did. You know that video you did on Ryu versus
you like
Hulk?
that?
That was cool. I love
like
that.
That's that brings me back to my old TV League Fison days. I'm like, I'm feeling like I need to push the envelope here and get a little bit of shock value. And I'm like, I had fun. I was like, how can I kind of create a little mini story or mini in 1 minute? So to me, that was very challenging. To me, that was the edit in, like, I know it's only a 1 minute short, but I put a lot of work into that. That was a lot of work. So hopefully maybe it because you know me, Nate, I always like to try to push the envelope to see if I can get something to go viral. So that was the whole point. That whole Ryu video with Iconic Studios was designed specifically to see if I can trigger a viral moment, because it's hard. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. But that was the whole idea. But I had fun. That was a lot of fun doing that.
Yeah, I did like how you gave old boy the upgrade. I was
You like that?
Oh man, Daddy chill, Denobi.
There you
Daddy
go.
chill.
It's and then
that's the Denobi we know.
There you go. Yeah. No one. Well, there was, because people were reviewing the Iconic Studios Ryu, and I remember seeing a comment where someone had just asked, "What does Ryu look like without his G off, his G uniform off?"
Yeah.
And out of like the 30 fucking reviews for Iconic Studios Ryu, no one decided to take his uniform off. I'm like, oh well, fuck, I got this. I'll do it, and I'll give it a twist. I'll write a story. So that's where that came from. Because if I'm gonna waste my time making a video or even a short, that was a short. I want it to stand out. I want it to be very different and just give it unique. If you're gonna watch it, it has to be different. Well, everybody else is raving and ooh and an ahhing about it, right? You have to make it different. So, but this was fun. Is the audio on?
Oh yeah, I'll play it.
Yeah.
Let me see. No, where's the audio at? Oh, there you go.
Well, play the audio. You got to play the audio. Very close, and the only thing that seems to be missing is its toolbox. Something that could be remedied with a little bit of a modification, which once Ryu receives, his confidence has not been restored. That being said, he is now ready to take on the Mean Green Hulk. The all epic battle. Well, look, his mojo, it's back, and he's gonna muster up some of that Hadouken magic there. Ready for some action.
You should have brought in. You should have did like an Austin Powers drop in when she said mojo.
Spoils.
Oh man, that was funny.
That was fun. I had fun. Yeah. I mean, that was a lot of work though, but yeah, it was fun. Even just for a 1 minute video.
Yeah.
And again, it's if I get the idea in my head and I see that something was missed from the community, and there's something that I can capitalize on, I'm like, well, shit, I'm going to do it. And again, that was all that everybody reviewed. Like, there's like 20 or 30 figures from reviews, and no one decided. And even though half of his appearances in the video games is him being shirtless, he doesn't wear the thing. When you search for Street Fighter Ryu, like on YouTube, half of it he's just there wearing the G pants. And someone had asked it, and I remember talking to Mafia about this. I go, didn't anybody ever think about like this? That's what they want to. But anyway, that's where that came from. And that was a lot of fun. What are we looking at here?
So
who's this clown?
So were you a fan of Moon Knight and Mr. Knight?
It was okay. Oh, that's Oscar Isaac.
Yeah, this is SooSoo Toys. SooSoo Toys did Mr. Knight.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah. So I know you like to dabble here and there with third parties.
Yeah. My success rate has been poor. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think Mr. Knight fits in your list?
Hell no.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No. No. What are they asking for this? What is it, like 250 or?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
No.
Oh,
I didn't even.
Okay. So my bad. This is 108 Toys.
Yeah.
SooSoo Toys is doing their version as well.
Yeah.
SooSoo Toys is doing their version. This is 108. Thank you, Doc. Yeah. Got confused there. Not SooSoo. Yeah. This is not SooSoo, guys.
No.
This is not SooSoo. SooSoo is working on Moon Knight, Mr. Knight as well. So they are coming out with a Mr. Knight here and there.
Yeah.
So we got two competing third parties working on Mr. Knight. So if I wonder what would the chat feel like? Would they go with SooSoo Toys or would we go with 108? Because I already have a SooSoo Toys Gambit. If I was gonna go pick up a Mr. Knight, I'd probably pick up the one from SooSoo Toys because
this is so stupid. I didn't even think there was a demand for Moon Knight, the actual Hot Toys figure itself. Like there's a demand for this.
There's more so a demand for an actual head sculpt of Oscar Isaac because there's a lot of people who want it basically to create their own Poe. I mean, there's more demand for the head sculpt of an Oscar Isaac official than I think there is for an actual figure. Again, I could be completely wrong.
You can put this on a Snowspeeder Luke body then,
or something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was thinking too. Like, you can Snowspeeder Luke body and just smack that.
There's nothing exciting. I'm not saying it's a bad figure. It looks okay, but again, I thought Moon Knight's enthusiasm just kind of waned away. I'm still on the fence for the actual Hot Toys Moon Knight. I'm like, I'll wait till I see it. It'd be kind of cool to have, but I don't really need it. And the show was okay. It had its ups and downs, and it was a wacky show. I don't know. It was forgettable. The problem with the show too was forgettable, and it went nowhere. Was there a benefit? Did it connect to an overall larger story? Did it? I don't know. I wouldn't. For me, you're asking the wrong person because I wouldn't buy anything Moon Knight right now. I wouldn't welcome anything right now into my collection associated with this specific IP. So
I wouldn't mind picking up a Moon Knight from SooSoo if the head sculpt comes out nice, especially with the Poe Dameron look to it, like the Oscar Isaac. That's opportunities for a gift bash there. So. And we all been waiting. Well, not everybody's waiting. I've been waiting for Oscar Isaac, Poe Dameron from Hot Toys, but that's not going to happen after what happened with the sequel trilogy.
Yeah,
they're not going to pump any more money into that damn freaking sinking ship.
So we're not getting a head sculpt with the Moon Knight Hot Toys figure, an actual.
No, unless they surprise us, but no.
I thought we were. I guess I was wrong.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
Yeah.
We were all hoping that they would release a Mr. Knight, and that's where we get the head sculpt for Oscar Isaac. Yeah.
I'd rather get a Werewolf by Night. That was a good short. I like that show.
That was good. Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, because again, if I think I'm 100% right, but if I'm not, people will tell me. But I think the only time we saw the actual, Oscar Isaac's face wearing any type of suit was when he was doing, the reverse timeline in the sky.
Yeah.
Right about when Conchu was about to get wept up. So, I mean, this is kind of their only option if Hot Toys was going to do it.
Yeah. So I'm hoping though that the whole buzz out of nowhere about Mr. Knight right now from third parties, that Hot Toys is in the shadows working on their version. You know what I mean? So that'd be pretty cool if Mr. Knight comes out from Hot Toys. I'm like, yes, let's go. Let's make it happen, Captain.
We talked about it in the past. That screams Toy Fair.
Yeah. Denobi, will you be picking up a Mr. Knight if Hot Toys drops it?
No.
Oh, really?
I'm still on the fence even for the one where he's in the uniform. I just because there's a ton of Marvel figures right now. I am like, I didn't even touch. I don't even know if I'm gonna get Captain Puerto Rico either. I don't.
Oh, you know what? So the Captain Puerto Rico 3.0, the wings. You don't want Captain Puerto Rico with the wings?
No. But I am getting. But again, though, like I said, there's just don't even count there's quite a bit still I need from just a regular revisited Iron Man line, the professional diecast Iron Man line, right? We have the Mark 7 unsuited version that's coming out. We have Silver Centurion coming out. We have the Mark 3 Deluxe coming out. Then the few one-offs that come to my head is like She-Hulk, and there's quite a few, but no, there's a lot. And where are the Scarlet Witches? I don't have a Scarlet, right? Yeah. People forget about that. Like, there's still quite like, where are the Scarlet Witches? Give me one of those. Give me, and then again, I know people like to separate it, but it's Marvel Spider-Man. I'm pretty much getting everything from Marvel Spider-Man. I'm getting Electro, getting Green Goblin, both versions of Green Goblin, Doc Ock. Now that Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man 2 is out, pre-ordered, that's coming home. So there's, I know people are like, to me, Marvel is still jamming. Again, it's majority of it right now feels like it's from Spider-Man, but I'm not sleeping on the Marvel Spider-Man line. No way.
So you're gonna jump.
I like how Doc forgot about She-Hulk. I'm like,
yeah.
So you mean Miss Moon Knight was worse than She-Hulk? Doc, get out of here.
No, Doc's just like he's purged that from his memory. So
She-Hulk was so bad to him that he just completely forgot about it.
Now, Denobi, you're gonna jump into the Spider-Verse 2 line, and as well as Spider-Man 2 video game, because we might actually now get a proper Hot Toys Venom with the symbiote symbol.
It depends. It depends on what they look like here. What did Mafia say? The Scarlet Witch and the high grade cardboard diorama base. Well, what's he supposed to mean? Didn't Ryu come with a cardboard diorama base? Does that mean he's less inferior? What's going on there? Because Ryu's cardboard base I thought was pretty swanky.
I think Mafia still has a bit of a you know.
You can't throw puns like that when you're in, because I know he loves his Ryu too. I'm like, Ryu came with a cardboard background too. What does that mean?
Yeah, no. I think Mafia still kind of like after what you said about.
Well, I mean, him and like the 14 people that are watching season 3 of Picard. I mean, I guess they need something to. As who knows this is about? So semantics. Here we go. So now he's splitting hairs now.
He's trying to jab on you, Denobi. He's trying to jab on you.
So now he's splitting hairs now. Now it's. No, it's a backdrop basis all cardboard. Yeah, there we go. Oh, here we go. Right? This is the not him, but it's other reviewers too. They tend to swim in that hypocrisy pond, when they say certain things and then not realizing that you hear them where the community right now is in love with the Ryu figure. So you hear I can always see, I listen to this stuff, Nate. I'm like, wait a minute, you're okay with this, but you're not okay with that. What's going on now? Come on now, kids. Come on.
Yeah, the thing is, I gotta say about that freaking Wanda though, that head sculpt is chef kiss.
Yeah. Well, there's two Wandas, right? There's the one that she's floating with the cardboard base, and then there's just the one from the show.
There's the one from her show. Yeah.
I just want the one from the show. Where is she? She hasn't been released yet, has she?
No.
No, she hasn't been released. She's been delayed.
Oh. Yeah.
I mean, the only thing released from that has been Vision.
Yeah, and Vision, Cyborg is delayed too.
Cyborg, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yep. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cyborg right now, dude. There is a low stock warning on the collector edition, and it happened the weekend. But apparently, it wasn't a fluke. It's still low stock, so that's interesting.
Yeah, he's a day one pre-order, Cyborg. You know what I saw last night? I was working on a model. I had Batman versus Superman playing on HBO Max, and I forgot how this movie seems to be aging better, like wine. Does anybody else feel that way?
Yeah, some of them are.
I went back. Yeah, I had it playing in the background, and I sat down. I just started watching. I'm like, this movie's getting better as it's aging. It's really weird.
I mean, I hate to say this, but like compared to Black Adam, that's an Academy Award winning masterpiece.
The way it was written, everything about it, I'm like, what was I thinking? This movie's really good. Batman v Superman, the director's cut, where they added.
No, the director's cut is where that's how you got to watch Batman.
Yeah, the director's cut. Yeah. And that was really good. It was really just anyway, not to jump off the traction. I know we're talking about Wanda.
Yeah, watch Batman. If you're gonna ever watch BVS, watch the director's cut. They've taken out so much from the director's cut in the theatrical version. It's a freaking sham. And no wonder it did so horrible with the fans, because when you watch the director's cut, you're like, damn, there's so much explanation as to what's going on in the damn story. It was ridiculous. I was like, damn, they took out so much, but it is what it is.
What else was? I have to leave in a few minutes, though, Nate. What else was released?
That's man.
It feels last week. A lot of the live streams, including yours, right? Not. Don't take this the wrong way. It seems like a lot of the live streams last week were like a big snooze fest for me. I was listening to everybody.
It was only,
and it just seemed like it was a big slow nose week, new news week, and I was just listening to a lot of people. I'm like, God, this is like, these live streams are fucking boring. Like, not in a mean way.
Luke, I think Mando Luke came out last week. Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought that's what it was. I was like, yeah, it was a man, wasn't it? It was it's just another Luke to me. Yeah, because we talked about it. I talked about it. I'm like, yeah, it's just another Luke, deep fake Luke. It's nothing special about it, right? Another Grogu, another Luke, another Grogu.
Well, the head sculpt is the best one to date as far as Luke Skywalker is concerned. I got to give props to Hottoys for that one.
Yeah,
they're finally getting there to the point where they're finally getting Luke Skywalker's likeness correct. Even though I did like the Return of the Jedi one, I think I'm fine with that. Yeah, I think the Return of the Jedi was good, but this one is definitely, you could see the improvements, the progression. And I like the fact that you have the Return of the Jedi deluxe set, Denobi. With the
which one? I'm sorry.
With the hair.
No.
With the hair, with the swooping hair.
No, I got the first one. Yeah.
Yeah, because the deluxe version with the swooping hair, you can interchange hairs with the Mando Luke.
Well, if he's got the Snowspeeder Luke, he's already got an extra head sculpt.
Exactly, you can get that hair too for Snowspeeder and put it on top of that one. Yeah. Yeah.
But again, I'm not. Here's the thing, and I know everybody's excited for deepfake Luke. The problem is that we still don't have a Return of the Jedi announcements, and the fact that it's hard for me to believe that we're not going to get another Luke Skywalker, and I kind of also feel that the community, not everybody, but majority of the community, is not out to build a house party protocol of Luke Skywalkers, because we're up to what, 4 now? There's the deepfake Luke, there's the Bespin Luke, Snowspeeder Luke. Then you have those other Return of the Jedi Lukes that were released by Hottoys. That's a lot of Luke Skywalker.
Then you've got Farm Boy Luke from A New Hope.
Yeah, we're gonna have
you have Disguised Luke from A New Hope.
We're gonna have to wait till April, end of April, going into May 4th. That's when the Return of Jedi stuff is going to be coming through.
Not to discourage anybody from buying this deepfake Luke with Grogu. I would just be very cautious and wait till the Return of the Jedi announcements, because I don't think this deepfake Luke is going to sell out. There's 3 or 4 SKUs on this guy, so he's not going anywhere. So I'm just, and it wasn't exciting. Everybody's excited. I'm like, yeah, it looks great, but
well, that's what I was saying on my stream. I was saying that, hey guys, if you're not a big fan of Mandalorian Luke Skywalker, or you want to wait it out, we have May the 4th coming up, and that's where we're probably going to see the Return of the Jedi 40th return of possibly a DX Luke Skywalker. Like what? Yeah. Like, look what happens when you're thinking that Mando Luke is the only Luke you're gonna get as far as Return of the Jedi is concerned, right? But then here comes May the 4th, and Return of the Jedi Luke comes out freaking nowhere with DX.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, the fact that it's the anniversary, and to assume that we're not gonna, I would just wait. Not to discourage anybody. Get what you like. That's what you want, and you want to build the house party protocol of Luke Skywalker's. Cool. I'm not, though, because I would rather double up on some of the other Star Wars characters, because I told you already, I'm going hard on the Attack of the Clones. I'm getting doubles of the droids, and if Return of the Jedi gives us droids, I'd like to go a little bit hard on that as well too, and to see which ones are being offered. So right now with the classic trilogy, I would just be very cautious. To me, I would focus more on those than anything the Mandalorian is probably pumping out right now. But as far as the Mandalorian line, is there anything special? And there's a couple, right? Cad Bane is unique, right?
Yep. Yep.
Cad Bane is unique.
Mm-hmm.
Cobb Vanth, I guess, right? Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Tusken Raider still available.
Tusken Raider. But that's one of those characters that can fill in everybody, that can so forth. And well, we have that droid pack too from the M1.
That's right. Yeah. The M1 Starfighter pack there. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's Fennec Shan, which I think she's gonna sit for a while. I don't.
Isn't she on blue screen right now?
No. That was like 2 weeks ago. No, he's good.
Yeah.
She's back. She's good.
Okay, it was an error. Okay, it was a false flag.
Yeah, false flag.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and then if we get a Mando Foundling, then that falls in the same filler category as Axe Wolves. It's a filler. No head sculpt and just you gotta just too much. There's a lot of filler. I'm telling you, I don't have my list up right now, but there's a lot of filler, dead weight, like Axe Wolves, which is just a repainted version of like the Night Watch?
The Death Watch.
The Death Watch, yeah. And so there's a lot of, and I'm trying not to go down that road where there's just a lot of like when it comes to Star Wars, I like to go for uniqueness.
Mm-hmm.
Like the battle droids, like the super battle droids. We're getting some beautiful Attack of the Clones, Padme, Anakin. We're finally getting Mace Windu, right? So there's a lot of good stuff. My plate is full, just being dedicated to that. So
hey, Tauntaun Luke would be pretty cool though.
Mm-hmm.
If they ever release the Tauntaun with Luke on it, that'd be pretty cool. Hawk Luke.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Mandalorian 3.0, Armor 2.0. I could see a Bo-Katan 2.0 coming up. Yeah.
Oh, because that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Going through, even Grogu too. I don't know if they'll ever make another Grogu 1/1 scale because he's going through some upgrades as well too.
Yeah, he is. That'd be interesting if they do. That'd be interesting because there was some type of falling out with that figure because people got scared of the whole slit neck situation.
Oh, that's right. The chin.
Yeah, the necktie.
Yeah.
Chin, not neck, chin gate.
Well, that's what we call it, the necktie.
Yeah,
because that's
the necktie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did they finally sell out of him in Sideshow?
No, he's still in stock.
Jesus. Yeah. Oh well, that's and then no N1 fighter yet. No big drops yet, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing. And then so I guess the last week it's just been third-party announcements. Is that what everybody's been excited for?
Pretty much. Now, I was going to ask you though, because you're pretty much more into that side of the country. So, WonderCon is going on this weekend, and that's run through San Diego Comic-Con's parent company.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any chance we see like a Sideshow going to be there and maybe do a collaboration with Hottoys and do like a joint announcement? Or is WonderCon not that type of con? Doesn't have the...
I've never done WonderCon. I know it's in San Francisco. I don't even know if Sideshow goes there, and if they do a big presentation. I know Sideshow usually spends all their money for San Diego Comic. That's their biggest show. That's usually where you'll see Howard Chan walking the floor with his little Asian honeys side by side, and that's where you'll see like the big wigs. You'll see everybody in San Diego. Mm-hmm. And for the most part, they're pretty friendly. You can go up and talk to them. You speak his language, and usually uses an interpreter. But it's typically San Diego. Even though I have access to WonderCon, I don't see the value in going to WonderCon. One of the biggest show in the U.S. is going to be San Diego Comic-Con. So
now apparently they're according to Mafia, they're not even going this year.
Who's not going this year?
Sideshow.
That can't be. They're grandfathered in. If they don't attend, they lose their booth. That show is. My wife works for Freeman, the managing company. You don't read. This is one of the reasons I have to go to this show. You lose your spot. You get thrown back into the line. So it would be very dangerous and costly for Sideshow to skip a year. And I don't think they've ever skipped a year. They have a giant ass, I think I don't have the specs, but it's a huge booth. So I would find that very, very hard to believe.
Yeah, because I mean, it's the same thing for us though, like, or at least for me for New York Comic Con. I mean, once you go, you're grandfathered in, but you have to keep going
so
to
if
continue.
You don't, exactly, your contract. Yeah, so if you don't attend, that space on that floor can be signed up by another studio or another in-house. Meaning, Sideshow wouldn't be able to, if it's like say Microsoft or somebody that has money, they won't be able to get that spot the following year. They all are terrified to give up the spot. So it's the floor plan, the hall, where all the exhibitors are at. So maybe they don't have the money. Maybe they're. Look, if Sideshow isn't there this year, I would be very concerned about Sideshow's financial well-being. It would be very concerning. That would not be a good sign. Let's put it that way. It would be,
Okay. Well, I mean, and again, just as a side though, at New York Comic Con, like NECA, everyone knows who NECA is. There's a huge company. So apparently, like you were saying though, there was an issue with their payment or whatever. So ultimately, the space they paid for, they literally got a quarter of it. And Euler's Workshop, he actually built a whole Back to the Future display for NECA. Their space was so small, they had to leave it on the Javits Center receiving dock floor. So it's like the nobody's saying, if there's issue with payment, stuff doesn't come in right away.
Yeah.
Like your booth is gone.
Yeah. So I can, when I walk on the floor in the exhibitor, floor, I can be blindfolded and I know exactly where all the I know where Hasbro's at. I know where Mattel is at. I know where NECA is at. I know where Disney, all the studios, they're all in the same place every year. And because I worked in the industry temporarily years ago, and my wife works for the managing company for them because you have to go through a company. It's all union. It's a union floor. If you decide to take a break a year, you're shit out of luck. Someone can come in and they can buy a 5-year lease spot on that. They can just, next year it's going to be cool. So again, if that is, I find it very hard to believe. But if Sideshow does not show up, that's not a good sign for them. That may explain why they're doing these damn daily deals every fucking day and selling and liquidating and buy, sell, and so forth. Because of the fact that these continued discounts are still going on.
Oh, dude, Denobi,
yeah.
I gotta say, I am glad that you were wrong about the discounts, because the discounts keep coming, and
it doesn't happen a lot, but yeah.
Dude, I was like, damn, these discounts are so good.
They're very good.
Oh dear Lord,
they're very good. Look, I don't have a spot for. Look what I'm pointing to. I don't have I'm all about coupons. You know what that is right there. Yeah. I'm just give me the discounts, give me the coupons, right? Because I'm very conservative right now, and I'm not. But if you're giving
me the tumbler, right?
That's the tumbler. There you go. That's the tumbler.
Look at that! Look at that deal right there. I know that box anywhere. Yeah, I see it right now. I see the box right now.
Yeah, it's the tumbler. I'm waiting for the corner units to arrive. The module case. That's my last module case, and then that's it. I'm done. Yeah, I'm playing the staring game right now with Sideshow with Batman Forever and Robin.
Quill and Blurg for me. Quill and Blurg and Mando and Blurg.
Yeah, I'm not budging. It's kind of it is a Mexican standoff.
Yep.
And I go, I got it. Come on, Sideshow. Come on. And I know and look, I would love to sit here and play with Batman Forever and Robin, but I'm like, no, I can wait. I'm not like some of these cats out there that need it right now. No, I go, it's all about, I know it's all about right? It's all about managing, curating your collection. And you give me the best deal or so forth, I'm gonna buy it. So, and I know they have a lot of stock. They have a lot of Hottoys stock. So I'm not budging. I'd like the white vision. Oh, I want the white vision, but you got to give me a coupon.
Give me that 25%. Tell me what
Yeah.
you want. Give me that 25%.
Yeah.
Sideshow. Give
Yeah.
it to me.
I'm in not look. I want the figures, but I'm in no hurry. I can patiently wait. I didn't get to where I'm at by running out there and grabbing things at full price with shipping and no. I need the deal. Give me the deal. I can wait. Give me
Yeah,
the
you
deal.
know, Kenobi, I was bringing it up the other day about what's going on because with with all the discounts, because people are wondering what happened. Why did Hot Toys make so much? I feel that it's not Hot Toys' fault necessarily. It's pretty much Sideshow made the mistake of buying so much because of
that's how it works.
Because of the numbers game. They sold the inflated numbers of 2020, 2021, and they weren't correct. They were not correct. The inflated numbers.
They were correct at the time.
At the time, yes.
At the time.
But not correct for 2020 going forward, 2022 and 2023 going forward.
But when you deal with flaky ass collectors who are like, when they were preaching Toontown Ahsoka was going to be the next $500 grail, and now I think Lion Rock Toys is giving away for $200 brand new, free ship.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. I have to be very scared. I'm not. I can't rush out.
That's a good one.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I'm waiting for 25% off. I'm waiting.
I'm on that one. I do want another. Want another Endor speeder bike. But, yeah, but give me the because that's more expensive one too, isn't it? That's
505. 505 out the not out the door. 505. Shipping and tax. It brings it up to 600 at that point. Yeah.
Yeah, but like 2-pack 200 shipped. You see what I mean?
Wow, Lion Rock. Yeah, you're damn. Wow. Yeah. Damn, 2-pack $200.
Yeah, they're giving away some of this stuff, man. I'm telling you, they're just doing it. So, anyway, I gotta go, Nate. This was fun. I gotta go. Gotta go take care of some family. So,
take it easy. All right, cool. Wow, crazy stuff, man. Crazy deals. 32% off the freaking Mark 85 battle damage. Never in my life, ever, would have seen that happen unless it was Toys Wonderland and it's on freaking Sideshow. That was ridiculous. That was crazy. But those that have waited capitalize, like most of us. So that's why I keep preaching, guys. Patience is a virtue. Patience. Play the wait game. You don't have to rush to get these figures or certain figures at that point. You can play the wait game, see what percentages lie, because most of my grails I picked up in the past, I got them for literally retail that were going for $400, $500. I got them for retail because I played the wait game. I played the patient and wait game on it. So that's why I preach about it, guys. Just play the wait game, play the patience game, and make sure you have your backups, of course. Just in case things go wrong, at least you got a backup. Kaiju Daddy, battle damage, Mark 85 has been 250 here for the past 6 months. Damn, I wish I was in Japan at that point. Just go pick some up over there. Anyway, Don Prime. Oh, that's right. So, guys, because we got some time, I'm actually want to go and do like a spoiler talk of Mandalorian episode 4. From yesterday, because I want to talk about it so bad. I love it. I want to talk about it. So we're gonna give people a chance to leave the chat, leave the stream, because we're gonna be talking about the spoilers on Mandalorian season 3 episode 4. So giveaway sounds better. You're funny.
Well, I mean, we haven't given away anything in a while. I've got something we can.
Wait, what you got given away? Well, we'll
remember the Cobra Pack. The Cobra Pack.
Cobra Pack. Was it Cobra Pack? Wait, didn't you already give that away?
No. I got it right here in the supply closet.
Oh, wait, we want to do a giveaway on that on the that's right. Hold that off.
Okay.
We gotta do that. We want to do that $25 gift card giveaway with the Cobra Pack, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We still got to announce that. We've just been really, really busy. So.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll do that. Sorry, Kaiju Daddy. We'll do a giveaway later, okay? We'll do a giveaway later. I want a figure of that Mando with the blue armor and cloak around his waist. Oh, we'll get into that in just a minute, guys. So if you have not watched episode 4 of Mandalorian, leave now. I'll forever hold your peace because at this point we're going to be talking about spoilers. Another thing, guys. So people brought up on the chat. I think Slugging. There you go. When do you think Hottoys releases the N1? So if they'll probably do it either, hopefully May 4th. That'd be nice. Star Wars Celebration in April. They could do that at Star Wars Celebration in April. Maybe Summer Showcase. So there's different opportunities throughout the year they could drop the N1 Starfighter.
Mm-hmm.
But if they want to capitalize on the hype train, I say end of April or May the 4th. Those are the two opportunities. Last bit will be Summer Showcase. And then let me see what else. Let's get Geeking Out to 3,000 subscribers. Yes, because I want to give away a hot toy. Once we reach 3,000 subscribers, we're giving away a freaking hot toy. I want to give away one. I want to so bad. So once we reach 3,000 subscribers, let me see. The N1 will be at in celebration with the announcement on May the 4th. That'd be nice, Kaiju. I'm crossing my fingers on that. Also, Sluggin asked a question earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where is V at? Unfortunately, things occurred last year with V, in his personal life, family wise, that he had to he had to leave, because of what's going on mentally, physically, and all that. So he had to take time off. I've been talking to V. V's doing good. It's just that he's been busy with life and stuff, and he does want to come back, but also he doesn't enjoy what's going on with the community these days. Overall, he's not liking the drama. He's not liking the this hate mobbing all over the place, with certain things. It's mentally for him, it's not putting him in a good place. So when he's ready to come back, he'll message me and he'll come back and we'll talk it up and all that jazz. So I'm gonna give him the time he needs to do what he needs to get done. I ain't gonna force him to come back or tell him to come back. He has to do it on his own time.
Mm-hmm.
So let V take his time and take his personal time that all he needs before he makes a decision that he wants to come back. Damn, let him know. Hope he's okay and we miss him. We all miss him. We all do. He knows that. But he needs to take his time though. He needs to take his time. And but overall he's doing okay. All right. P-Rockzilla, whenever he's able to come in, he can come in whenever he wants. Local Lou, what the hell? Local Lou wasn't here last Sunday. What are you talking about, Iron King? He was here last Sunday.
I know.
Like I sent Local Lou a link. Here's the thing though. I'm sorry, everybody, but people got lives. People are busy.
People work different hours.
People work. Local Lou is literally doing the whole marriage thing this year. He's working OT for the HC, not for Hottoys, but for his marriage right now. So
good luck to him. Dun,
yeah.
dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 copyright, right.
You know what? How funny would it be if his wife, as like a wedding present, gets him a Hulkbuster?
Oh, dear. That'd be perfect for him, right?
Yep.
That would be perfect for him. Damn. Local Lou said on another stream he's focused on his wedding. That's true.
Yep.
Nate or Don, do you think John Wick figure tomorrow or Friday? I'm hoping tomorrow because John Wick's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yo.
John Wick 4 with a Donnie Yen figure.
Yes. Get them released both together. Yes. Also, Lance Riddick.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Rest in power, my king, my Savala. He led the troops in Destiny 2. We miss you, bro. We miss you. if you're gonna go watch John Wick 4, and you're still considering not to watch it for Lance Reddick. Okay, watch it for Lance Reddick.
Oh, and full warning, like John Wick 4 is like endgame level time frame.
Really?
Like it's like 3 hours and 10 minutes long. Like the original cut was 3 hours 45 minutes.
Really? Wow. Yes, R.I.P. Lance Reddick. I would love it if Hottoys drops a figure. Hopefully he does something crazy enough in the film where he does merit a figure. That'd be pretty cool. I wouldn't mind Lance Reddick getting a figure. But if we are going to get any figures at this point, I think it's going to be either Donnie Yen and John Wick, of course. So that would be interesting. We need a Shazam figure already. Jesus Christ. I am the victim, damn it. Look, I love my boy Zachary Levi to death. I've watched him since freaking Chuck. Okay? But unfortunately, because of what's going on with DC, the battle between Shazam and The Rock, an actual feud behind the scenes about Black Adam and Shazam is happening. It's all over it's like damage control over 9,000 over there, and it's ridiculous. And all because they could not get along. DC and The Rock could not get along, or Warner Brothers could not get along, and we're not going to get any Shazam figures. We're not going to get. It's stupid. I'm going to keep the face strong. I'm keeping the face strong. We get a freaking Shazam figure, but I wouldn't be surprised Hottoys wants to skip this because of what's going on with the drama.
I mean, I'll be honest. If we get a Shazam, you're going to see a SooSoo Shazam in 2025. It's going to be like that.
And always, it has been a pleasure serving you, Mr. Wick. Yeah.
Oh, when he did it though, the way he said Mr. Wick, it rolled off his tongue. It just, that direct pronunciation, Mr. Wick.
Mr. Wick. Yeah. Did anyone see Shazam? I did. I enjoyed it. I think it's a good movie. The problem is nobody's gonna watch it. Nobody. Anyway, let's move on to something that people are gonna watch. The Mandalorian. So let's go, from start to finish. Let's go do a breakdown from beginning to end. Let's not jump around too much, Don. Let's go by, frame by frame situation.
Yep.
So this photo right here, just as of right now, there was kind of like a training session with most of the Mandos on the beach. I thought that was cool, showing the life behind the covert, like what they do. What do Mandalorians do daily? Which is kick ass and train names at this point.
Yep.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, with this scene right here, I think it's foreshadowing something right in your face and you're not realizing it. Because these aren't rocks. These are like little crab monsters. And again, as soon as I saw them, again, if you've seen the horror movie Apollo 18, where the rocks are alive, that's as soon as I thought when I saw these things.
Yes. That's what I thought too. Yeah.
So basically what I think they might be setting up is that Grogu, one of Grogu's special powers or his speciality is he has beast control, or like that force connection with animals.
That'd be pretty cool. Yeah.
Well, again, because remember what he did to the Rancors, and again, and I think it's misdirection. They're saying, "Oh, it's going to be Bo-Katan that teams the Mythosaur. It's going to be Din or Paz. I think it's going to be Grogu at this point. Grogu's going to be the one that actually teams the Mythosaur.
Yeah, I do like the training session that was going on between. I'm not playing anything, guys, because Disney will come at me with copyrights. So I'm just playing screenshots. I did like the multiple Mandos, but I don't think we are going to get that many Mandos for Hottoys. I think we're probably going to get the Judge. The Judge guy would look pretty cool, though. Like he was.
You mean the Cleric Elder?
Yes. I thought that was pretty cool. So there was a moment here where Mando was just pretty much acting like my dad at this point, teaching Grogu like, "Hey, don't look at me, look at him. What are you doing? Yeah, this is your fight here. Look at him." You know what I mean? I thought that was pretty cool, like the way he was talking. Like whenever you're a kid, you're questioning yourself. You look at your father or your mom, and they're like telling you, "Well, you look at me. Look at him. He's the one you got to look at."
Yeah. I mean, I just from a personal level, I thought it was funny as hell they used paintballs. Basically, they're what's called simunitions. Because again, in the army, and if C&B was here, he could tell you the same thing. They actually have bullets. They're like normal, bullets used on the range, except instead of an actual bullet in the casing, it's a literal paintball bullet. So what you do is you just change out the bull carrier group, put a new one in, but you're literally, training war, shooting at people with your rifle, but it's just the bullet coming out of his paint. So I just love that, especially the whole like double flip. Boo, boo, boo.
Yep. Now the kid that he was facing off against, it was Paz Vizsla's son. He was a good shot, okay, but Grogu, he got the force power, so he jumped around and got him with the 3 shots. They still ended the fight. Not saying much that Paz Vizsla's kid was a bad shot. It's just that Grogu had a slight edge to the situation.
Those who know.
And that's what I was going to bring up. I love this line, this new line from this show. Let me see if I could just remove this. Let me cut off the. See, there you go. Because I do want to show the. Now I'm gonna play. What? Let's see how it goes again. Don, it was one.
Oh God. Something like that.
Yeah, who? It's here, but it's covered up by the damn freaking. Give me a second. Let me because I know freaking whatchamacallit it's gonna get me. I know this is gonna get me. I'm playing it right now, but I don't want Disney to say, "Oh my God, you played it." Copyright. There you go. One doesn't speak unless one knows. There you go. Yep. Yes, one does not speak unless they know. Yeah. Some of that. I'd like that new line because it does speak volumes. One doesn't speak unless one knows. Yeah. One doesn't speak unless one knows. Yeah.
Well, and again, here's a very important thing, and I don't think a lot of people realize this. Jon Favreau is not voicing Heavy anymore. It's a new actor.
Oh, really?
Yep, it's a new voice actor.
Hey, is there a reason why? Because
if you want me to be honest, something's going to happen where he's going to take his helmet off, and so at that point, it's not going to be Jon Favreau.
Ah, okay. That's your guess.
Yeah, I mean, that's just my guess. But what other reason would there to be recasting him if he was just a voice actor? And we know it's Jon Favreau.
Where did C&B go? He had to take care of business. I mentioned on the stream earlier, he had to go. C&B will return. Anyway, so let me see. I'm trying to get the picture of the judge. I think I got it right here. Let me see. Trying to find the judge here. He is over here. Okay, that's Mando there. Trying to give him pointers.
He'll go back a little further. I love how they right there. Yep.
There you go. I like the judge. I think the judge. I think I would like to bring him in, but that's the thing though. They're gonna have to pick and choose their Mandos because there's so many damn Mandos now. But if the judge is more, involved with the show, then probably we'll see him.
Well, pop up. What if that's supposed to what if this episode is supposed to mirror each other? This is the Mando version of Kelleran. Wink, wink.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I love when they brought out the training darts. It's literally an army ammo can painted gray.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. At least you got your workout done. I'm not. Oh, okay. So they're having conversations here. So I did like the training aspects of the show. They were showing the daily life of the Mandos, other than being inside a damn cave. They're actually training, and they're shooting the crap, and then they're flying around with their jetpacks. I thought the whole situation with the creature was interesting. It got very Clone Warsy. But you guys understand, some of the aspects of the hunt and chase, it leaves you a bit like dumbfounded. Like, how the hell did he survive this? How the hell did he survive a few days without getting eaten? You start asking these questions, and if you take that, if you don't take this episode too seriously and just look at it to more of the the message it has, then it's a lot more fun. I had fun with it. I did ask the questions here and there, like, okay, so why did the kid survive this for the past few days?
But the dinosaur had acid reflux. I don't know.
Yeah, or the dinosaur was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep the kid in the fridge for the next few days.
Exactly.
Before I give it to my kids, because the kids ate yesterday, so they kept. So the monster the dragon kept the Mando kid in her stomach for the next few days before throwing him up. I thought that was funny.
Hey, still better than Arby's.
That's still better than Arby's. Man. I think we'll leave the flashback towards the end of this discussion. Also, CMB is back. CMB, what's up?
What's up?
What's up?
Take care of some stuff. Finished it. Got it done.
Let me see. Sorry, I was reading a question here. I have a question. Who the hell did the scouting for the Mando spot? Did none say, hey, there's some wild beast that could eat us here? Maybe we can go somewhere else? Maybe that's part of the training for Mandos. They're pretty much like 300 Spartans. 300. They're pretty much like Spartans from Greece. They're kind of hard on their freaking kids growing up because they make them stronger warriors at this point.
Spartans, what is your profession? Wah, 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 wah.
How?
See, I still brought more warriors than you.
Yeah, they're really taking the whole Spartan Greece mentality to a whole new level where they're surrounded by creatures of mass destruction at your way. They had crocodiles all over the place. Now got flying dragons. Yeah. At this point, they should have picked a safer spot. But I think that's part of the whole training of the Mandos. If you can survive this, you can survive anything. Mentality.
Dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Exactly. I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
If you can dodge a car, you can dodge a ball.
If you can survive getting eaten by a dragon, you can survive anything. Yeah, I guess that's a good way to weed out the weak. Live somewhere you can't you get eaten at any time. Exactly. If you can survive getting eaten here, you can survive anywhere. Oh, damn. So I did like the fact that we got dragons now as foundlings because they went over and freaking wrecked the hell out this dragon here, right? They wrecked this dragon, took her out, and then adopted the kids. The damn kids.
Hey, they got their war mounts now.
Yeah, they got their war mounts. Oh man. I thought, I got a little mad. Because I'm like, okay, you guys better address the kids you just murdered right now because those kids won't be able to survive without their mama. So what happens to those kids? And they addressed it. Don't worry, we adopted the kids. They're coming home. They're Mandos now. That's the thing about Mandalorians. If Mandos visit your planet and you get taken over, you become Mandos. Come on, let's go. We took over this nest. You're a Mando now, kids.
Sorry about your mom and all, but you got a new family.
Yeah. She was a total B word anyway. It's okay.
Hey, it's like, hey, we got lunch. As you see the guy with the meat on the stick.
Yep. The new Rancor. Do you think we're gonna get 1/6 scale baby dragons? Now you thought Grogu was a problem. Too many Grogu Hottoys. Think about all the baby 1/6 scale dragons.
I could definitely see one of those companies that does the personal and customized stuff, like the guy that did the Wampa. I get in Hong Kong, or was it Singapore? Yeah. I definitely can see him doing these, or like customizers.
it'd be pretty cool though. Because my guess these kids are going to be growing quite quick, right? Once they get to a certain age, they'd be able to show off, their prowess by defending the camp from those freaking crocodile turtles that keep visiting every once a week. At that point, I'd be like, okay, there you go. You adopt a pest to take on the other pest.
Or they just they're sick and tired of Buffalo Wild Wings calling the chicken wings, boneless wings. Wink, wink.
Damn. Yeah, I thought this episode had a fun little saving the foundling situation. There was a good message involved in here. It does get very cartoony in a way, because you're asking the question, how the hell this kid survived for 3 days without getting eaten, because he was stuck in the freaking sarcophagus of this mama dragon for 3 days. You have to wonder. So, but I get why people got mad over that. You're like, okay, how the hell this kid survived? Well, if you can survive getting eaten by a dragon, you can survive anywhere.
Yep.
Yeah. Survival of the fittest, I think.
Okay,
now,
now the kid's name is Ragnar, right?
Ragnar, yeah.
So I think that also is going to lead into other situation. Because again, anything about Vikings, Ragnar Lothbrok, and I think that's more intentional than it seems.
So you're saying that it's a little homage?
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. People are asking for the cakes. I got you, fam. Look at them cakes. Look at the Bo-Katan cakes over there. Looking good. Looking good today, Bo. Look at them cakes. Yeah,
there's no Brie Larson double on that.
Yeah.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's been hitting them power squats.
Yep. Look at that. Damn, Bo. I just need a Bo-Katan 2.0 at this point. Like, Hottoys, deliver the cakes on them. Deliver the cakes. Deliver the head sculpt. New head sculpt. New pauldron. Now, here's the thing. Do you think that Bo-Katan is... I'm feeling that Bo-Katan is trying to figure out her allegiance with Din before she makes the decision to let him know about the mythosaur, right? Because I feel that I feel like it's not going to be Din who's going to be taking over the Mandalorians, because Din doesn't want that. He already showed he doesn't want that. He doesn't even want the Darksaber at this point. And I feel that there could be an Aragorn story where he does accept the fact he needs to become Mandalore to lead his people, because destiny is choosing him as the next Mandalore. But then again, they can go a different route where Bo-Katan can show her prowess, show her loyalty to the Mandalore, by being the one to ride the mythosaur.
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point, kind of what you're saying is true, but she needs Din, because Din also potentially can appeal to other sects, like the hardline sects of Mandalorian culture.
Mm-hmm.
So
yes.
basically, if you have, Bo-Katan, which is literally, she by blood is the sister of Satine, who was the ruler of Mandalore. So you have that, she has it by blood. Then if somehow, she gets the Darksaber back, or if the holder of the Darksaber actually gives his approval to her, and then she rides the Mythosaur, she's basically got like the triple whammy. And then if she has Din on her side as like her second in command, basically she's trying to cover all her bases.
So sort of like a king and queen situation, but the queen will have the power here. So again, I think Bo-Katan should be taking the spot as queen, and then because of his his affiliations and his connection with other sects of the Mandos, would be brought in as king as well, or at this point, close advisor to Bo-Katan.
A consigliere.
Yeah, Bo-Katan does need Din. Like you said, Don. Bo-Katan does need Din involved here. And it looks like Bo does support Din. like he's also taking a liking to Grogu as well. So there is this relationship building between the both of them.
Well, she could also think it too. Like I know I joked in some of our different chats, but it's almost like Din is almost like a prophet because again, she doesn't go to rescue Din. She doesn't see the mythosaur. It's almost like she sees if he doesn't come into his life, none of this happens, and she's still sulking on her throne to the blue butler droid.
So another way this can happen too, Din can still become Mandalore, right? In this situation, because they can go they can go with the storyline of Aragorn, where Aragorn did not want to become king, but because destiny was calling upon him to become king, right? He had to do it, to unite Man of the West against Sauron and his armies, and save Middle Earth. That's what Aragorn did, and I think Din will probably follow that storyline as well. And it seems like it's going through that story. Like he's trying to become this person, but but he keeps neglecting it because he doesn't want to become king. But because destiny keeps pushing it upon him, eventually he will have to accept it and go forward with it. Because in order to protect Grogu, in order to protect the Covert, to protect Mandalorians in general, he will need to become king. So there's two different stories happening here that can happen right now. And that's what I like. Like, I'm not sure who is going to be the one on top. Is it going to be Din becoming Mandalore? Or is it going to be Bo becoming Mandalore as well? But because she takes on the ride of the mythosaur. So, I don't know what's going to happen now. I really don't know. The story is going to do two different directions right now. And you're trying to figure out who is going to take the throne.
Yeah, but then again,
it's kind of like a Game of Thrones situation.
Yeah. Now, and one thing I was thinking about. So, say if Din does become Mandalore, what's his name going to be? Mandalore the New, Mandalore the Redeemed, Mandalore, first one we've had in the 100 years.
Mandalore Neo Mandalore. Neo Mandalore.
Well,
Let's go.
Oh God, now you're going to mess it up too much with the Neo Crusaders. So,
Neo Mandalore. CMB, what's your thoughts about the situation with Din and Bo?
I don't know. I think she's not playing it coy with him. I think because remember she questioned him like, "Did you see anything down there?" And he kept saying like, "No, he didn't see anything." I think when she was questioning him, she was trying to come to the realization like, "Did I see this? Was this actually there, or was I imagining it?" And then when she tells the armor that she saw the mythosaur, and the armor tries to say, well, we see things, because we're Mandalorians, we're open to it. And she's like, no, I really saw it. And, she just says, well, this is the way. I think.
Oh, you're saying that she is even questioning herself.
Yeah, I think she's questioning. I don't think she's not trying to keep it from Din for any reason. I think she's questioning herself on whether or not she actually did see it. And that's why she brought it up to the armor. And then the armor tells her that little spiel about, well, as Mandalorians, we see visions or we see things that others can't. And she's like, no, I know what I saw and it was real. And she, ends it with, well, this is the way. So I think, like, she's trying to. That's why I think she brought up with the armor instead of Din. Because if she would have told Din, I saw it, Din would have probably just, no, you don't know what you're talking about. You might have been hallucinating. Maybe you were just freaking out because you were down there in the deep water. But with her bringing it up to the armor, who, the armorers have that connection to the lore and the past, and I feel like she was more open to listen to Bo, to hear what Bo had to say. And then when Bo told her, she didn't dismiss her. She told her, if you saw it, then that's what you saw. Because they've already proven, she's already proven, her and Din have already proven to the armor that the living waters isn't radiated and Mandalore isn't some cursed land that you die upon entering it. So they've already proven that part wrong. So with Bo telling the armorer, like, I saw a mythosaur, I think that this is leading on to, like, Bo is probably going to actually show them that she did find the mythosaur, and that's going to help unite the clan, all the sects into fighting this war that they need to be fought.
Okay, that seems about right, because she did seem genuine, like she wasn't lying that she's lying about not seeing it or seeing it, what have you. She's questioning her own self as to what she saw in the waters of Mandalore. Like she's not understanding what's going on, whether she is hallucinating or she actually did see the mythosaur. So I do see what you're saying, CMB. She's not being notorious by keeping it to herself. Is that she doesn't want to seem like a crazy one among the crazies.
Exactly. Like, if she were to just tell everybody right then and there, oh yeah, when I rescued Din, I saw a mythosaur, all of them would look at her like she's crazy. Like, what are you talking about? There hasn't been a living mythosaur in 1,000 years.
That makes sense. Honestly, yeah, it makes sense.
You know what?
I think they both are gonna have. I think they both are playing a part in this. I don't think it's just one person. I think Bo and Din, like he has the saber, she saw the mythosaur. I think it's going to be some type of cohesion where they both play a part in reuniting all of Mandalore with the Mandalorians.
Don, what are you trying to say?
Okay, so again, if you've going back to like EU Legends and specifically, with the Vong War, when the Vong was actually attacking Mandalore. So what the Vong did is they launched attacks on Mandalore, and they essentially
Boba Fett united the Mandalorians.
Yeah, but what essentially those strikes did is it opened up new veins, new channels of Beskar.
Yep.
So again, if you watch this season, episode 3, he's going through the living waters. And then all of a sudden, the impacts have caused, like the bombings have caused seismic issues, and it has now opened up new channels. So what if that lair has never been seen or even known about by the Mandalores? So essentially, it was so deep, it was protected, but the bombing not only, made it aware, but that whole area where it's living, what if that's a whole new deposit of Beskar? And like
most likely, yeah.
Yeah, and like kind of what CMB is saying, she takes them back there. And then they actually find the mythosaur, but they also find a new supply of, actual pure Beskar. So all like the foundlings, they actually all start getting armor now. None of this, like piecemeal stuff.
Oh, so you give me a second. Spoiler talk. Mando. Add banner. There you go. Cool. Spoiler talk. So when people come in, they don't have to stay over here. If they haven't watched it. Okay, so I'm liking all kinds of discussion right now with between you two, because I'm like, damn, there's different ways they could go about this, and I feel that they're probably gonna. I feel that Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau are gonna find a balance to where Bo and Din are together involved in this, because Bo does have the loyalty of not the royal blood to reign as the new Mandalore, right? And reign as queen of Mandalore. But also Din has also the Darksaber, which puts him as the next Mandalore as well. And this is also another take where Paz Visa is also involved in this, because his father was the prior owner of the Darksaber. So there's different ways about going around this. It looks like Paz Visa is going to be on side with Din, because Din saved his kid, and also Paz Visa did also respect Bo as well, because Bo was the one that started the rescue party. So Paz Visa is all on board supporting Din and Bo in all this if they both decide to get together.
All right, so here's a really weird theory. So we've all been watching, and basically it's what we're led to believe only one person can lead Mandalore. So it almost way they're setting this up. Din has the Darksaber, Bo has the loyal, heritage, and what if Grogu tames the mythosaur? You essentially have all three people that can lay claim, but they're all the same group and they rule together.
Trinity.
Exactly, like a trinity, like a family.
Yeah, the family.
Like you're getting a royal family now, but it's Mandalorian royal family, where they all legitimate have claim.
That'd be interesting. That would be very interesting because you did bring up a good point earlier, Don, that because of Grogu's connection to creatures and how he's able to control them in a way, he can do the same thing to the Mythosaur. He has done it with the Rancor. He has done it with the Mudhorn. What's to say he doesn't do with the Mythosaur? And the Mythosaur.
Oh, dude, oh god, I just can't believe I'm gonna have to do this. Okay, so last Skywalker, Rise of Skywalker. All right, so remember when Rey is in the cave and they're looking for the knife, and the giant snake comes up and it heals it and he slithers away and then reveals the knife. What if Grogu actually heals the Mythosaur or something?
I can see that. Yeah. Yeah. Boba Fett will ride the Mythosaur. Yeah. I don't think Boba Fett's going to do that because if that's the case, then he becomes Mandalore. At this point, they've already set up a story where Boba Fett's not going to become Mandalore. He did become Mandalore in the EU, but as of right now, story-wise, narratively, Boba Fett is not going to be Mandalore. Not in this timeline.
He's too busy being a daimyo.
Daimyo of Tatooine at this point. Boba even said it like, I'm not a Mandalorian. I don't want to deal with y'all folks. Y'all got my dad killed multiple times, okay? And he still came back, all right? What are you going to do to me? You're out of your damn... Even Boba Fett, he's out of his damn mind, thinks the Mandos are out of their damn mind. That's why he has nothing to do with them. The only one he has something to do with is Din, and that's it, because they're bros for life, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and Boba Fett will probably pop up. I've been hearing there is a cameo or two in this season. So I'm looking forward to it because I love Boba Fett. I want more Boba Fett figures. But yeah, so Don, I think we're probably going to be revisiting Mandalore again, but to acquire the Beskar and also acquire the Mythosaur because we have all that all those Mandalorians there, practicing the good fight, right? And they're getting all their they're gonna get their armors upgraded. Because here's the thing, Thrawn is coming, so there's gonna be a moment where the Mandos are gonna have to go back to Mandalore to get upgraded armor and get their armies together because they're gonna have to take on Thrawn. So
exactly, and I mean, where the hell does a squadron of TIE interceptors, not TIE fighters, but interceptors, show up with the TIE bombers? And again, member berries and stuff like that. But if you've watched Rebels, there is a very specific subplot that involves Thrawn and basically his trying to get the TIE Tri-Fighter, where it had the 3-wing setup because the TIE Fighter sucked. So, I mean, if anyone is going to use TIE interceptors over TIE fighters right off the bat, it's going to be Thrawn. And where did they all? How did they all show up on Mandalore so quick?
That's true.
Because they're probably on Mandalore.
Yeah, and Thrawn has a bit of a score to settle with Bo after all the ships she's been stealing from him. So Thrawn has definitely got a bone to pick with her, and also Thrawn is making sure that his loose ends are taken out because he has double agents within the New Republic to take out certain individuals that turned turncoat at this point. Like after poor Dr. Persing, he joined the New Republic. Thrawn ain't gonna have that. He of course he probably sent Gideon to take him out, and Gideon sent his next in command to take him out. So I'm like, no loose ends. Nuh-uh, not today.
Okay, and you remember, there's still the woman's contact, the one that put this tracker on the Razor Crest in Navarro. So that dude's still running around too. So we already know Gideon still has plans to come and rescue him, or for all we know, and again, if you know the books or because you have the centrists, they're the ones that, and again, I hate to say this, but they're the ones that wanted the First Order to show up. So there are actually people in the New Republic government who are actively funding, essentially the Imperial remnant, which is still at this point.
So, do you think we are going to get a 2.0 armor and Bo-Katan? I'm more leaning Bo-Katan's going to get 2.0 versus the armor.
I'm honestly saying Bo-Katan is 2.0 is going to happen because I don't think this is the only upgrade she's going to get on.
Yeah.
Armor. I'm gonna be honest and say no, because I mean, for a toy fair, the fact you can still get it, there needs to be something major for her to get it, and the new signet chest armor plate is not enough for a new armor.
Well, if they you know if they entice us with a smithing and the actual mythosaur trophy like medal on the wall, that'd be pretty cool. You know?
That would be cool.
Yeah, I mean, they could take the Obi-Wan Deluxe, like the hollow table, and they could use that as the base for the smelting pot, area.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if they just did an accessory. Just give you the smelting pot and the Mythosaur made of Beskar, the Mythosaur skull that's made of Beskar.
Yeah,
just
the metal
give you
thing.
that as an accessory.
Yeah.
I'll take the accessory kit.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. There was not much popularity with the figure coming out, and it's still available. Like you said, it's a toy fair and it's still available till now. I don't think we are probably gonna get a second. Well, if we do, Hottoys out of their damn minds at this point. They don't even care. You know, they don't even care about the armor at this point. They don't care that it's still available. They're like, we're gonna drop it no matter what. But I think it should be a no. Just no. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just give us the accessory pack, like CMB said. I think CMB is onto something right there with an accessory pack, with a smithing, just to push the sales. That's the way you do it. Throw out accessory packs that goes with the certain figure that people are not picking up, like the armor. You got the smithing, you got the Mandalorian mythosaur Beskar metal that can go on the wall or display case. That boosts the sale for this piece. So that's how I would do it. Bo-Katan 2.0, definitely a release, because there's so many changes with her, different head sculpt. Actually a better head sculpt, better looking head sculpt. I'm talking about head sculpts on the show. The better looking her downing in the show. I would like to see that as a 2.0 head sculpt for Hottoys.
Yeah, but how ironic would it be for in the 2.0 you got a much better head sculpt because she's wearing a much better fitting and designed wig, but she literally shows her face 95% less in season 3. I mean, it's kind of like a trade-off.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Both you need make the 164 the smithing to drive up the armor sales. That's what we were saying. Make the accessories that help boost the sales of another. I'm still want a Grief Karga drip droids. I want Grief Karga with the drip droids. Come on now, let's go. Yes, that would be perfect.
Oh, you know what those droids almost now remind me of? Like the Dio droids. God damn it, they keep running back to the sequel.
The Dio droid, the Dio droid is not too bad. It's just.
But that reminds me of like the single wheel and put arms on Dio and he can still hold up that cape.
Yeah. But
I want a 1-to-1 droid smith so I can use my 1-to-1 Grogu and have him hug him.
Oh yeah,
no,
yeah,
Grogu,
yeah.
Let him go.
Yeah,
let him go, Grogu. No, baby, no.
No, bad baby, bad.
You mean like this?
Yeah, but that's Bubba Frick. That's not the droid smith.
No, I think that was Babu Freak in the show.
It's the same species. I don't know if it was exactly Babu Frick.
It's not the same guy.
But no, Babu Frick himself though is supposed to be in it. This character specifically is supposed to be in it. So we'll be seeing those little guys again. I can
have my 1-to-1 Hottoys Grogu hugging him, trying to steal him.
Hey!
Hold on. And then.
Hello, Ice Bubble Freak.
Yeah, so there you go.
So I'm trying to look it up now. So there's no confirmation from what I see that is Bubble Freak. It's just the species because everyone loves the species.
Yeah.
Hey!
That's why they don't even mention his name. They just call him the legendary droid smith.
Yeah. Hey! Yeah. Let me see. Let me see. Is there anything else you guys want to address about the Mandalorian covert before you move on to the flashback?
Damn it, they need to stop flagging people and they need to know some damn range discipline. Damn it. Where's the range safety officer?
There is no such thing. They're
no.
Mandos.
I know
this is my safety, sir. This is my safety, sir. That's my safety right there. That's what Mandos believe. That's
They
their
don't even
safety.
say that. They don't even say that. They just say, "This is the way."
This
Oh,
is
you
the
just
way.
shot me in the foot. This
This
is
is the way. You shot yourself in the foot. You shot yourself in the foot. This is the.
You
This is
stabbed
the
me
way.
in the gut with a vibra blade. This is the way.
way.
What the hell does this mean?
You owe me
the
money,
way.
fool. You owed me money, fool, from last week. Remember?
This is the way.
This is the way. Oh damn.
I ate your lunch last week. This is the way.
This is the way. Wait a minute, Single Star Right. What did Bo-Katan mean when she said to Grogu, "Nice moves, just like my father"?
I think it was in reference to like the again what it's called like the Rising Phoenix. If you remember from season 1, that's operations with the jetpack. So Grogu was basically moving up and down so that nobody could hit him. I think that's what it might be referencing to. Is basically,
One doesn't speak unless one knows.
Yeah, it probably meant it. Yeah.
the original high ground.
Great job, kid.
Yeah, I did like the fact how Grogu just looks so. Oh crap! I had it playing the wrong. Oh crap! Now I'm gonna get freaking copyrighted. Damn it!
Disney parody, and believe me, you need as much publicity as you can get right now. So let it go.
Did Bo say nice moves just like my father? I thought she said nice moves. Where did he learn that?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Because she asked Din that. She says nice moves. Did you teach him that? And then he tells her no.
Yeah. Both the father thing was both said, don't worry about it, Grogu. My father was the same way. You know how
because she was like, my dad was the same way. He's just it just means he's really proud of you and he wants others to see it. That's what she was talking about before he battled the kid.
Yeah.
She says, my dad was the same way. It was just, and she goes, it just meant that he was proud. He's proud of you and he wants others to see it. And then the other thing, when he does the flip thing, she goes, nice moves. She goes, where did he learn that? Or you didn't teach him that, did you? And then he shakes his head no, or Din says no. Because, we all know that Luke taught him that.
Yeah, shoot, I played the wrong clip. I thought it was on another, because I have two windows up. And I had the one playing with freaking Grogu looking at Din and stuff. Like, damn it! So hopefully Disney doesn't come at us with a freaking copyright. But either way, I guess we can move on to the flashback. And I gotta say though, I know people aren't big of Jar Binks, but this
Misa back.
Misa is back, baby. I loved it. I loved how Jon Favreau definitely gave my boy Jar Binks a second chance at Star Wars. As a badass Jedi saving Grogu. I'm like, that's how you do it.
Well, remember, everybody's theory back in the day was that, Jar Jar was sensitive with the Force because even though he was goofy and clumsy, all of his mistakes always led to success.
Yeah, it was like drunken boxing, right? His style.
Like on the battlefield with the droids. Like he tripped over stuff and it still destroyed droids. He accidentally grabbed onto the cart and opened up all those bombs and it destroyed all the tanks. He jumped onto the tank and held onto the barrel and it caused it to like lose its balance and then shoot. Like that's why there was I know there was a theory back in the day that Jar Jar was supposed to be sensitive.
Yeah, it's still a theory to this day that he is a Sith Lord.
Yeah. There's Darth Jar Jar, and then there was the thing where they were hoping instead of him being a senator that we were going to actually see him trained to be a Jedi. I know that was back in the day when the movies were fresh, but I do agree. I think it was pretty cool that the actor got a redemption arc because of all the hate he received for being Jar Jar.
Yep. Yeah,
Which is nice. Cool because if you see everybody now in their comments, like everybody's throwing him love,
Yeah.
It's not the, oh, great, Jar Jar, are you kidding? It's literally everybody's like, Redemption
arc,
Yep.
anime redemption arc. Let's go.
Now, I actually read something today, and I haven't had time to find it out, but apparently, and again, I don't know if it's a rumor, if you go to Attack of the Clones in the bar scene, apparently there might be a cameo of Ahmed Best playing a Jedi. I read that somewhere.
Oh no, he's not. Well, that's right. Yeah, he is in the bar. So this also could tie into Attack of the Clones, right? He was in the bar. Yeah, Attack of the Clones. Yeah. So this could tie in that he was a undercover Jedi. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, though, like CMB was saying, all our rumors were wrong, but he actually makes the most sense because he is literally the dean of training for the Jedi. So he's actually going to know literally every Padawan.
So yeah, it's very interesting how they play this out. I know I was wondering who was coming in to help Grogu, and I was like, the moment he popped up in the damn freaking elevator, I was like, Jar Jar, let's go! Jar Jar Binks saving the day. Like for me, when I was a kid watching the prequel trilogy, I always wanted Jar Jar to get a second chance in the prequel trilogy, especially Revenge of the Sith. Because of the hate that he garnered, George Lucas put him in the back corner, in the back burner, never to be seen again. Only in certain cameo situations in the actual films after Episode 1, because everyone hated Jar Jar at that point. But it was cool to see that the actor got a second chance here. Like, this is pretty much a more spiritual redemption arc for Jar Jar in a way. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I thought it was crazy that if we got another freaking bark speeder. Another bark speeder. Oh, let's put Grogu on a damn bark speeder, bro. Yep. I thought that was pretty funny. Like Hottoys working on the bark speeder right now. Another one with
Mando season 3 bark speeder.
But what if they call this the Jedi speeder then to differentiate?
How cool if they made this dude? How cool would it be if Hot Toys made this guy to go with the bark speeder? I mean, granted, we get Grogu and Pran that goes in the sea, but how cool is if we got Jar Jar, the actor who played Jar Jar as a Hot Toys figure? Just go with this bark speeder. I'd be all for it.
Yeah, he might be alive. That maybe Peyton, maybe we'll find out next time of Mandalorian season 3. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. As soon as I'm watching. Like I see the robes on and I'm seeing a black face. It took a second for me to process. It's not Mace Windu. It's Ahmed Best because the uniforms look very, very similar.
Yep.
Yeah. And then
it's not Mace because he ain't missing a hand.
Yeah.
I mean,
there was a rumor that Mace Windu, after he's supposedly survived the fall, that he would be the one to save Grogu because he went to the Jedi Temple, after. That's what there was a theory out there that Mace Windu is the one that saved Grogu. And then, no, it wasn't the case. It was Jar Jar Binks.
Well, here's tinfoil hat time. So what if they do bring back Mace, but what if they get Ahmed Best to do the mocap for the face transfer for the deepfake?
That'd be interesting. I'm trying to get this ship here.
Just use Samuel L. Jackson.
Even for Luke, they used another actor. So,
Samuel L. Jackson. I mean, you look at Mark Hamill; he's aged significantly.
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson has aged. I mean, it's not hard to de-age Samuel L. Jackson.
True. Well,
they did use original Mark Hamill for the end of Mando season 2, so he was there. He was Luke Skywalker.
His face up. Yeah, he just changed his face.
Okay.
Yeah. Isn't that Padme's ship? So yes, Toy Box. So it's well known that Padme was friends with the Jedi's very well. She was friends with the Jedi's to the point where she would go on missions to give her life to save Jedi's. She has done it before, so it doesn't make it. It's not it's not hard to believe that she had communication with certain Jedi's just after right when the Jedi Temple was on fire, getting attacked. She made calls to certain Jedi's to see what was going on, and she made a call to Jar Jar, and Jar Jar was like, "Yo, I need a ship to save these younglings." I'm like, "Yo, I got you. Go to my private ship with my royal guards over there. They'll take care of you." So this is Padme's ship from Attack of the Clones.
And Revenge of the Sith, because remember when Obi-Wan and Yoda are originally in the ship, not in Bail's ship when they go to the asteroid facility.
No, that ship is longer.
No, wait. No, is this the ship that she takes to Mustafar?
No, the Mustafar ship is more like a boomerang shape.
Yeah, the one she takes to Mustafar is a different one.
Okay, yeah.
That's the one that's got the long. That's the one that's got the longer nose.
Yeah. Well, she got a whole. Yeah, she basically has a whole fleet of ships, and these are like BMWs, and you got like a different X series. So
well, that's the reason. Well, that's the reason why she didn't take this ship to Mustafar, because Jar Jar Binks took it.
The Phantom Menace one was when she was queen, so that was the queen ship. The one that she takes to Mustafar is her senator ship.
Well, this is her also senator ship, but let me show you guys the Mustafar ship. The Mustafar ship is like a boomerang shape. Mustafar Padme.
Time frame has to be when Obi-Wan told Padme that Anakin was the one that was at the temple killing the kids and the rest of the Jedi. So that has to be the same time that she sent the secondary ship to go get any remaining Jedi.
Yes, that works. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, the reason why she didn't use her ship in the first place from Episode 2 was because freaking Jar Jar took it, because she allowed him to. So here's the ship.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that the time frame has to be when Obi-Wan confronts Padme. Remember when he figures out like Anakin's the father, isn't he? And then that's when he's telling her Anakin's the one at the temple attacking the Jedi. So that had to have been when Padme was like thought real quick. That's the scene we didn't get to see was.
That was after. That was way after though.
Oh yeah, that's when they were on their way to Mustafar.
Yeah, no. Yeah, Anakin was already in Mustafar when she was talking to Kenobi.
Okay.
Because they went back to the Jedi Temple, they fought the clones. Obi-Wan had to recode the message. Then after he saw, because when he was at the temple, he saw the security footage. Then he went and talked to Padme.
Yeah. Either way, Anakin was
that's
already.
Right.
This was the day after.
It was the aftermath. That's right. That's right. Yeah. But then it goes with what I said earlier when we were talking backstage that it had to have happened when C-3PO enters the room and then she sees the explosion at the temple. That's when Padme had to have sent that ship.
No, that was before that, because that was the main attack that was happening in the temple with Anakin at the time. That was the aftermath that night. So at the same time, during the attack that was happening, she made that call. She made that call.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's the scene where she cries because she sees all the explosions at the temple and she thinks Anakin died. But, what was really happening was the 501st and Anakin were there attacking the temple. That's probably when she made a call to say, hey, if there are any... Because, she didn't know who was alive. And she didn't know Anakin had done that. She probably just sent the ship looking... Because remember, he was like, where are the rest of the Jedi? And Ahmed Best tells him, this is it,
Yeah.
So she probably sent the ship hoping that, Anakin and there were some stragglers that made it out at the same time.
Either way, we're agreeing at this point that it makes sense that the ship that went with Jar Jar Binks and Grogu, it makes sense the reason why she didn't have that ship in the first place, because that ship ended up with them, and this is why she has this other ship. It's not hard to believe that she has multiple ships. She's a senator. She has multiple ships in her garage.
She was a queen.
And she was a queen, and she's an ex-queen, but she has multiple ships.
Benefits. I'm pretty sure there's a benefits package for being an ex-queen. I'm sure they still get some type of royalties afterwards.
Yeah. So for everyone, this is the ship that she is using for Mustafar. It's going to Mustafar, and this is the one where Kenobi, infiltrates and ends up in Mustafar with Anakin and all that shebang. The other ship, I don't know where that ship is now, but we'll see next time on the season. But yeah, I love the flashback. I just wish we got more of Anakin involved, but it still was a good flashback. I just wish that we got maybe a short of what happened in the Jedi Temple. That's what I want. I want like a short series, a mini short series, maybe kind of like the Tales of the Jedi, where they give you like 5 or episodes or something short.
Like Visions.
Yeah, like Visions. Tell us a story. Like I want live action too. Like you could even do it with Anakin. A short live action Anakin story going in, taking out Jedi. You don't even need to show the younglings getting killed because it'll bring it up like rated R, I guess. Just show him taking out. Yeah.
Oh, here's another thing though. Okay, so again, Revenge of the Sith. So when they recoded the message, when they're all meeting at that asteroid facility, that actually was the official re-meetup point. The meetup point. So what if we see again? It might not be till season 4, unfortunately. But what if we see further flashbacks where we see Yoda at that facility?
Oh, nice.
Ooh, yeah. We could see
it
that.
It makes
too.
sense though why Grogu never
can't-
saw Anakin though. It makes sense why Grogu didn't see Anakin because he was busy slaying Reva and her friends.
Yeah. But yeah,
he was on the other side of the temple.
Well, Well, here's the thing too. That's if Grogu makes it there to that. They could take it to a turn where they don't even make it to the asteroid field. It could go to that story why Grogu was lost for 50 years. Was 50 years? No, 30 years. Yeah, he lost for 30 years. Yeah.
That probably will be it. It could be that he didn't get the message by the time that he got that message that was sent out to the Jedi. Like he we'll just say Jar Jar Jedi had already probably found a safe spot for them both to be in hiding. And they'll probably play it off to where he's like, I don't know who to trust. Do I trust this message, or is it a trap to get the rest of the Jedi lured there to die? So let's just stay hidden.
You know what? Another thing too, it's gonna break my heart a little bit because it could show why Grogu is the way he was. As he goes throughout the seasons, the way he is. The very turmoil, dark side driven at certain times. The dark side surrounds him. Because of what happened. With the Jedi Temple and then losing Jar Jar Binks. In the process, maybe Jar Jar Binks defends him at some point, but then he gets killed by. Oh crap! What if Darth Vader? At some point,
you beat me. I was about to say, what if Vader finds him?
Yeah. What if?
Remember, that's what Vader does. Is he goes on the hunt for all the remaining Jedi that go into hiding? Because they even did that in the EU books, where it's literally called The Last Jedi, and that's the story about Vader hunting down all the Jedi, and then he's looking for that one kid.
Well, that's kind of funny if you mention it that specifically, because again, now if you watched Bad Batch, and again, just one specific mention from it. So okay, Rex and Echo, they've taken the Dauntless class prison ship. When the Venator class Star Destroyer in new Imperial colors comes, they start to play the Imperial March, but it's not complete.
I noticed that. It just did that dun dun dun, and then
and then just stopped. Yep.
Jar Jar was still alive after Return. We're not talking about literal Jar Jar. We're talking about
the
Ahmed
character who played him. Ahmed Best, but I couldn't think of the name, so that's why I said Jar Jar Jedi.
The reason why we're calling him Jar Jar because that's the actor that played Jar Jar. So that's what we're talking about. That we're not literally saying Jar Jar saved the Jedi. No, it's the actor that plays Jar Jar.
No, we are saying that Jar Jar saved the Jedi.
Oh, you're right.
That's what we are saying.
And again, the funny thing is, and we talked about this before we went on, but when Revenge of the Sith was being filmed, Ahmed Best actually went up to George Lucas and introduced kind of like a small subplot that Jar Jar himself, the actual Jar Jar character, would be helping to save some younglings. And that obviously got canceled. But it almost seems like it's kind of a half-end way his idea came to fruition, except it's not Jar Jar. It's
Filoni there. Filoni maybe overheard that conversation and said, you know what?
Yeah.
I might use that in the future.
Yeah. Write it down. Write that down.
Write that down. Write that down.
Yep.
That's probably what happened. Filoni was like, okay, well, George didn't want to use it, but I remember him saying something about that. I'm going to use it in Mando. Let me bring this up to Favreau.
Yeah. Hey, man. It's probably what's going to happen. I wonder if we're going to get how many flashbacks do we get a season with Grogu? It's like what? One flashback? One flashback?
I tell you, I
we
think
got
they're going to
one in
increase.
season 2, and then we got one in season 3 so far.
So
But
far, yeah.
I think what Don was going to say, I think I think same thing what Don was about to say is I think they're going to increase because it's like his memory's getting more shook and cracked open now. Like all that repressing that he's been doing, it's starting to make its way out.
Yeah. So I wouldn't mind buying Jar Jar and the Bark Speeder with Grogu. I will buy this again. I will buy this set again. Yeah. The set to save Grogu. Come on now.
Yeah.
What about the first?
And what we do is we find somebody who can do custom sculpt for Jar Jar 1/6 and we'll just pop the head off and put Jar Jar's head on it. Yeah.
Now, would this be the first dual USB figure for lightsabers?
Ooh. Well, let me see.
That's right.
No. Anakin got the dual wields.
No, dual USB.
USB. He said.
So they work a system with one plug. You can do the two lights.
So Anakin's not doing that. I know he's both lightsabers are USB on his.
But they're separate USB. Don is saying it's like a Y cable where it's like both USBs are connected and then they merge together into one cable that plugs in.
So Anakin's
not
not doing
two
that.
Separate.
Because I know Anakin got 2 lightsabers for Attack of the Clones. He's one of the USB powered lightsaber for those.
Yeah, but
one is separate. It's a separate cord. I think.
So basically, like one
Don's
plug.
saying like a Y cord. Where
Yeah.
It's like one plug where it plugs in and then it goes and then it separates into like a Y pattern so that way it connects the two at the same time. So basically, 2 sabers powered by one cord.
Or even if they do something where if he's wearing the robes, they actually have like the connections running through his robes around by his wrist or something like that, so they can hide it even better.
Okay, that could be a possibility, honestly. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that happen, man. Wow. Yeah. Dual wield USB powered lightsabers? That'd be pretty cool. Yeah. But if Anakin doesn't if they didn't capitalize that with Anakin, they could capitalize on this one. Yeah. Let me see which would be another situation if they do that again, if they don't release it. Ooh, General Grievous. Could they do that with General Grievous?
That almost seems like it'd be more of a read connection style switch in the hand. Where you
well, Grievous had what, 4? So it probably makes sense to do the Y connectors with Grievous. Because then you could just all you need is 2 Y connectors. That way you get all 4 powered up.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind General Grievous being the one of the going DX wise. That should be the next DX for Revenge of the Sith if they do the 20th anniversary line. Give General Grievous the DX treatment because I need the diecast joints. I need USB powered lightsabers galore. Go all out.
You need a light up chest. You need different damaged parts of the chest. You know what? Screw it. If you're going to throw a fan in the Iron Man Mark 1, let's throw a beating heart in Grievous or simulated something like that.
Wow. Hey, not bad. So episode was great. Hoping for a 1/6 transporter.
What, the LAAT or like the prison micro LAT?
Wait, are we talking about the Republic gunship? I'm like,
there were a couple of different ones. There was the LAAT, and I think there was like also the police ship, like the small one. My
guess is TS Boy is referring to this episode. So which is the transporter in this episode? I'm guessing he's talking about the Republic gunship that was chasing after the Bark Speeder, right? Yep. I mean, you think the N1 was big? For the clones. Oh, so Republic gunship. Yeah, the LAAT. I mean, if they were ever going to do that, they could maybe do the cockpit as just like its own display, like the Falcon. Yep. But then the only other thing they could do is like the transport, like the troop hold area. But, I mean, that thing is huge. Yeah, I don't think Hottoys will ever do it, though. I don't think Hottoys ever do it. I only think the only person who had the balls to do it would be Jad Zink. Yeah. Jazz Inc. will the only person with the balls to do a 1/6 scale Republic gunship. Yeah.
And even then, I don't think he could do the whole thing. It just again be the troop hold in the front area.
Could you pre-order parts? Could you pre-order the parts? Like, okay, we're doing the cargo hold first, then we're doing the cockpit next, and then the wings. You know, could they?
Juiced, if you're listening, we now own that idea. Subcontract us, thank you.
So you build a Republic gunship for you.
Build a ship.
It'd be build a ship.
A build a ship. Yeah.
Trademarked by Boulder and Boulder and Geekin Out Enterprises.
Copyrighted and trademarked.
Da-dun-dun.
Yeah. I love the episode. I loved it. I think it was a lot of fun. It does get cartoony here and there with the whole damn freaking dragon mishap, but it was a fun episode. I know the numbers aren't great with Mandalore right now, but we'll see how things progress throughout the next few episodes, because you never know, things might turn around.
Yeah, I mean, there were just so many little bits of fan service in this episode. You have to keep watching it to keep picking them up. Okay, so when Kelleran is at the landing bay and he's talking to the Naboo guards, when the Naboo guards pull out their pistols, it's the exact same guard pistol from Phantom Menace, and it's the same exact, like, enhanced sound effect from Phantom Menace. Just like last week when the N1 launched its torpedo, it was the same damn sound effects, but enhanced.
Here's the thing, though. I know people are just like the Nobi aren't going to enjoy it as much as we do. The ones that actually watch the way he puts it, homework. We've done our homework. We've watched Clone Wars. We watched Rebels. We watched Bad Batch, and we watched Book of Boba Fett. And as the story progresses, you start catching on all the hints and all the story building and story beats that correlate to what's going on in the previous season and the previous shows. And I love it. I love every moment because I could spot things. I'm like, oh yeah, they're pointing at that reference from episode so and so from Clone Wars or this and that. I like that. I don't mind doing that because me growing up as a Star Wars fan, I only had the comic books and books, and whenever they made a reference to the game or to a previous book or comic, I enjoyed every minute of it. So it's kind of like the same situation here with the shows. I'm catching all these references. And I think I think it's pretty cool. I'm enjoying it. I love this episode. I think it's one of the best ones so far. I know people didn't like the episode 3 because it was too slow. I like the story build. I like the world building. So that's my take on it. Go ahead, Don.
Oh, I mean, it's like you're saying. It's like, yeah, we've done the homework, but we've also grew up with like the books because again, for a long time, there were no TV shows. There was maybe a couple video games. You know, Shadows of the Empire came out in 96, 97. That was supposed to be its whole... Basically, Lucasfilm said it was a movie without a movie. Had all the promotions, all that. So we literally had to rely on the comic books in like the EU or Legends, as they were called. So if you've read some of those books, specifically like the higher end of like Heir to the Empire, or even, you know, like...
Dark Empire.
Dark Empire. And then what was it? Oh God, the first book that was published was written as the emergency script. If New Hope failed, Mind's Eye, or where it's where it's Leia and Luke on a planet where they're being stalked by Vader.
Yeah. I remember that book. Yeah,
that literally was the emergency script for the sequel in case A New Hope went bad and they couldn't get the funding for Empire.
Yeah.
But if you read a lot of these books, I know Kennedy says, "Oh, there's no canon material. There's nothing they can go from." Literally half
of the Mind's Eye. Yeah, there's the book. Yeah.
But literally half of what Filoni and Favreau are taking from is Legends in EU. The whole thing with Cobb Vanth. That's literally, and again, this is my personal opinion. Yeah, there is a character called Cobb Vanth in, you know, the books, but in the EU there was also like a fake Boba Fett called Jodo Cast. So it almost seemed like this Cobb Vanth was an amalgamation of both those characters. And if you've read the books, you've read the legends, you know where things are going for. Just like I mentioned about how Boba Fett during the time of the Vong War, was Mandalore. The Vong just, blasted Mandalore, made critters, but that was their downfall because they basically gave the Mandalorians new Beskar mines to reinforce themselves. So that's all in the books. And it seems a lot of the source material that the Mando is going on is some deep legends and EU stuff.
Mm-hmm. And I'm enjoying it because, like you said, we grew up in the books and grew up in the video games, and they're pointing things out through the show. So it's cool. I'm enjoying it. I know people that aren't enjoying it. They're either leaving or not even spending their time. The viewership is if the viewership is true, then yes, Mando is losing viewers at this point. But it's Disney's fault to begin with by giving us crap shows before we got hit with Mando at this point, because people have lost faith in the IP. For me, I haven't lost faith. So, crap, my throat. C&B, your thoughts?
I liked the episode. I didn't really like episode 3 though. The whole amnesty for the Empire loyalists.
What's
with the
that thing called? Yeah, with the Yahtzees back in
Operation Paperclip.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I definitely got that vibe that it was basically that, the whole World War II aspect of taking on. The only difference was, Operation Paperclip was just scientists. It wasn't everybody. It was just the scientists that the U.S. military or other countries deemed were necessary to keep on their team for the secrets. Everybody else was pretty much killed during the Nuremberg trials. But anyways, I don't know. I could have just done without it. It really, to me, obviously, as of right now, I don't know what purpose it's serving because we haven't gotten through the whole season. But just as a standalone episode, I just felt that as of right now, it just didn't make sense. It was unnecessary for me. Like I could have just gone without it, But the newest episode, I liked it. Yeah, like you said, there was some cheesy, cartoony, campy parts of it, but then there were other parts that were really good. I know like you guys said, there are a lot of people who are hating on it, season 3, and they're upset, but I don't get it. I mean, I can understand maybe it's because the time is so short. Each episode is really short. I mean, that's my only gripe, really, so far with season 3 is like, all the episodes are short. I mean, we got that one that was like, what, 50 minutes, 45 minutes? That was episode 2?
Yeah, it was 58 minutes.
Yeah, it was like 58 minutes. That one was awesome. But I mean, the short episode, I was hoping that it being season 3, they would have had a bigger budget, which would have meant that each episode would have been longer, especially them making us wait so long for season 3 that they would have gone out of their way to give us longer episodes as a service for saying, hey, thanks for being so patient. Here you guys go. But, I mean, it is what it is. And then I can also see why people are checking out, too, because of Disney's, Kenobi was a miss. Boba Fett is, depends on who you ask on whether or not it was a hit or miss. Just a lot of the Star Wars stuff that Disney's produced lately, as far as Disney Plus, has been a miss. So I can see why people are checking out, but I don't know. I'm still gonna follow through with season 3 of Mando because I want to see what's going. It's I do like the whole Mando universe that they're doing. I'm hoping that we get a lot more better episodes and longer episodes. But as of right now, I don't really have any complaints that would say, "Well, I'm not watching this season anymore." And like you guys even said too, for the longest time we didn't have movies. We had comics, which was Dark Horse had them forever, and then Marvel got the rights to Star Wars for the comics. But before Disney even turned all that stuff into Legends, it was just known as with all the novels, it was just EU. It was extended universe for the books. So, and if you go back and you look at the history, there are over 300 books in the Star Wars universe. So there's a lot that you can go back, like with Kathleen Kennedy saying, "Oh, they didn't have anything that they could use to follow." There are over 300 books, and most of those books were like got the blessing from Lucasfilm and George Lucas himself by saying, "Yeah, no, we consider that extended universe. Like that is part of the Star Wars universe. Anybody asked, we gave our blessing, and yeah, we consider that story to be part of it."
Hmm. You know what? I also want to bring up. It's a quick little discussion before we end the stream. Because this is a perfect picture right here. I'm wondering if we are going to have a bit of a feud in the future here, because it looks like Paz Vizsla is pretty much becoming fast friends with Din again and with Bo, because Bo and Din saved his kid, you know. But Death Watch, right? Death Watch killed Jaster Muriel. Jaster Muriel is the father and Mandalore and was at the time going to become Mandalore of the Mandalorian, the next coming Mandalorian the Great.
Mhm.
But because of what happened with Death Watch and Death Watch working with in a way the Jedi's who killed Jaster Muriel. Jaster Muriel is also the father of Jango Fett. So at this point, I'm wondering if they're ever going to bring that up, because Boba Fett, if they bring in Boba Fett in, I wonder if they're going to bring up that bit of a feud together.
Yeah, they are because of his chest emblem.
Yeah, so I'm
'Cause-
wondering if they're going to bring that up, because they keep going deeper into the EU, and Jaster Muriel, because of Death Watch, Jaster Muriel got killed. So
Yeah, it's basically like the emblem is almost like, what was it, the real protectors of the? It was like the real Mandalorians, but they like, and the subsect that also had it wasn't the creed, it was the codex.
yeah. So Jango Fett, he did, cast his revenge upon the Jedi's, with the clones, of course, but he did cast his revenge against the creator of the Death Watch. I forgot his name. I forgot the guy who created the Death Watch. I forgot it was Vizsla, some Vizsla. I forgot his name.
It wasn't Tar Paz. It was
no Tar Vizsla is the one that united the Mandalorians, but
Yeah.
Death Watch became a thing when what's his name? Forgot his name. Either way, it was a Vizsla that did it, and there is this type of underlying feud between the vets, with Death Watch also Night Owls, right? Pre Vizsla, no, it was before that, before pre Vizsla. Before Pre Vizsla, it was somebody else before Pre Vizsla. It wasn't Tar Vizsla, it was somebody else before Pre Vizsla. Pre Vizsla brought back the Death Watch. He brought it back. He wasn't the original creator of the Death Watch. The original creator of the Death Watch was the one that got Jango Fett's dad killed, Jaster Muriel. Jaster Muriel, who was going to become the next Mandalore the Great, but because of Death Watch, that never came to be. So I'm trying to remember who was that bastard.
You know what I liked about this episode?
What's up?
They made
Tor Vizsla. There you go, Tor Vizsla. There he gets Tor Vizsla. Thank you, OG fan. Tor Vizsla. That was the bastard that killed Jaster Muriel. Freaking bastard. Anyway, continue, CMB.
I like the fact that they showed Vizsla had a human side to him.
Yeah, his boy.
Because
right?
you just thought that season 1, season 2, and going into season 3 that he's just this big asshole. He's just strictly by the code and the creed, and he's like very robotic. He only thinks in like he has tunnel vision about everything. But then they show you that he has a kid and he has emotions, because they're like when he's like, "That's my son," and he goes running into the nest. He's just running off of emotions at that point. He's not going by what we were used to seeing him go by, which is just the creed and his pride of being a Vizsla. Like the whole Darksaber battle with Din, that was the whole pride of, well, that Darksaber belongs to me, my family. And then before that, when he fought him in season 1, it was just him being a big bully and thinking Din's smaller, and we may be part of the same clan and cult and type of deal, but I'm still gonna pick on him type of deal. Like he's very, he came off as the bully and an asshole. But in this one, you get to see a human side to him, that he's not running off of just being a bully or running off of being a Mandalorian and I'm a better Mandalorian than you. It's literally he was running off the fact that he was trying to save his son, and it showed that he had a human side to him.
Well, Paz, even though Paz Vizsla was portrayed as a bully to Din, because Din was the better guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And going on missions, right? But Paz Vizsla, nonetheless, he did save Din. When it came to shove, when their own was getting attacked.
There was that part. Yeah, when he that was just because they were part of the same clan.
Yeah.
He did that just because, this is the way. It's part of the clan. This what I liked about this episode was the fact that we got to see the other side of him. Like he was doing things. He wasn't doing this because of the clan. He was doing this because he's a father. And he was letting his emotions come in to be like, I have to save my son. And then when Din saves his son, you see that other side of Paz where he actually looks at Din and tells him like, thank you. Like you could feel it, you could feel it, maybe it's just because I'm a parent, but you could feel that he was actually thankful to Din. Like it wasn't just, this is the way, I'm thanking you because we're just clan members. Like this was literally like a father saying, thank you for saving my kid. So you got to see this other side of Paz Vizsla that we haven't seen before.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
Yeah. I like this episode for that. I do agree. I did like the fact that, thank you for bringing that up. I did like the fact that we saw another side of Paz. Because we always thought that he was just the big shot, the big guy. He has his take on reason why he's part of
He's the Star Wars Djarin. He's the Star Wars Modoc. Maybe if you'd stop being a dick.
I'm a hero now. I'm an Avenger.
I'm not a dick anymore.
Well, at least he's better than Darren at this point because he cares about his kid, So
exactly. But I mean, you see where that joke comes in. Like he's basically the Star Wars Modoc.
Yeah.
Maybe you just stop being a dick. People would like you.
But all right, guys, that's all we have for today. Thank you all for coming in and watching. We just had our little discussion about season 3, episode 4 of Mandalorian. I thought it was cool. I thought it was fun. I know people are mad about it, especially Denobi, because he doesn't want to do his homework, and I get it. Not many people want to go and watch Clone Wars or Rebels or Book of Boba Fett at this point to catch up on the story, but it looks like Disney's going forward with that mentality, going forward with that logic, where if you want to keep up with what's going on with this show A, you got to watch show C, B, and C, and it is what it is. It is what it is. But
because they're setting up the Disney Plus Star Wars Cinematic Universe, and it's pretty much come out that in the future you're going to have a quote unquote Marvel's level, like an Avengers level event in Star Wars, where all the people in all the concurrent shows are going to meet up in one event, and it's going to spill over.
Here's the thing, though. Like, Denobi brought that up, but then people that are just watching Marvel, they got to watch like phase 1 through 3 just to get caught up what's going on with phase 4 and 5, right? So
hey, that's not our fault.
Yeah.
We would have been watching them when we were watching them. Then you wouldn't have to play the catch-up game.
Hey, if you watched 2007 to 2018, you wouldn't be in that trouble now. Just wink, wink.
Hey, it's a similar situation with Star Wars right now. You have to watch certain shows just to keep up with Mando. So it's the same situation. But I do respect Denobi's opinion because he does bring up some good points, like with what's going on with Grogu. They didn't explain it perfectly that Grogu was back with Mando again out of nowhere. But you have to watch Book of Boba Fett to find out. Find out next time. Yeah, but either way,
wait. No, they did the recap. Beginning of season 3, they do the recap at the beginning.
But they skipped. But you press the skip button on that.
That. Whose fault is that then?
The guy that pressed the skip button. You remember remember, guys, don't press the skip button. There's a recap.
Yes, we'll give you 8-episode show in approximately 28 seconds.
Da, 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 da. But that's true. There is the recap. So, Little Titan. Is that Local Lou? No. Okay. Local Lou. He's not here today because either he's asleep or working. Yeah, Local Lou.
Or could be asleep at work.
That too. That too. Actually, he doesn't
No,
get much sleep at work
deep
anymore.
Meditation.
He doesn't even get sleep at work anymore, man. He has to walk around, man. Damn. Nah, but nah. I think Local Lou needs to be more open to what his life is happening because people keep asking where Local Lou at. I sent him an invite.
I mean, this is his last days of freedom. He should be enjoying it every moment he can.
Yeah. He sounds like Loco. I mean, you talking about CMB?
Me?
Yeah, I don't know. Where's Maz? Well, Maz been busy, so he'll let me know whenever he wants to come in. But he's been busy with work as well. So either way, guys, that's all we have for today. Thank you all for coming in. I do appreciate it, and I guess we'll see you all next time on Sunday stream, unless Hottoys wants to drop us a
John Wick.
Sweet John Wick figure tomorrow. Then most likely I'll have a stream in the morning for John Wick.
So. I hope so.
Mm-hmm.
2-pack.
Mm-hmm.
2-pack. Give us John Wick with Donnie Yen.
Yeah. And again, we've had conversation we want the full Dragon's Breath accessory on the shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just don't know how they're gonna do that. It's gonna look so weird because it's it's pretty. All Dragon's Breath is a freaking flare.
Yeah, another thing too. They could do like a Loki situation where they just release 2 figures at once, like they did with Loki and Sylvie.
Yeah, I'd be cool with that.
Yeah.
Actually, I'd be cool if they did the 4 actual martial. Well, Keanu Reeves calls himself a movie martial artist, but there are 3 actual martial artists in that movie: Donnie Yen, Sean Atkins. Either way, Atkins, the guy that's in the fat suit, and then Hiroyuki Sanada, the Scorpion.
Scorpion, Scorpion.
Yeah.
His daughter is in it too, and I guess his daughter's not too shabby either, because she's pretty good with the bow and arrow, I guess, in real life.
Okay, so give us 5 figures. I want them all, man, because I want Lawrence Fishburne, I want Winston. Hell, give me Lance Reddick. Pay homage to the man. Make a figure of him.
Of Sharon, yeah.
It'd be interesting. We'll see what happens. Most likely we'll see only 2, but we'll see.
Yep.
But either way, thank you all for watching. Remember, we're just simple collectors trying to make our way in this freaking Gazi. Man, a weapon with you always. And also, yes, I'm gonna be feeling better. I just was wearing a mask so I don't be drip feeding all over my keyboard. Okay, so I'm good. Okay, I'm feeling better. Okay, I'm good.
Apparently, Nate's got gonorrhea of the nose.
Biohazard level quarantine is now over.
He's got the green drip coming out the nose.
The green drip. You know how much I sacrifice?
Damn, watching Outbreak too much. Damn monkeys.